Good morning, everyone. Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success. Henry Ford. With these inspiring words, it's my great pleasure to welcome you to the international conference organized by the Department of Commerce with Computer Application. Today we have gathered here to share knowledge, exchange ideas, and explore the latest developments in the field of artificial intelligence. The theme of today's conference is AI Revolution, Redefining Commerce, Education, and Healthcare. This reflects how artificial intelligence is transforming the way we do business, learn, and improve healthcare. We hope today's section will inspire new ideas, meaningful discussion, and valuable learning for everyone. Wishing you all a wonderful and enriching conference. Once again, I warmly welcome you all. Now it's time for the ceremonial lamp lighting. Lights symbolize knowledge, wisdom, and the removal of the darkness. May I now request our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Muthukumaran Thangaramanujam, Senior Physiotherapist, to kindly initiate the lamp lighting ceremony. May I now request respected Principal Reverend Dr. Sister M. Fatima Mary to kindly light the ceremonial lamp. I now request our respected Head of the Department, Dr. P. Shakuntala Ma'am, to kindly light the ceremonial lamp. I respectfully invite our esteemed participant from outside college, Ms. G. Vishnupriya, to kindly light the ceremonial lamp. May I now request our college student club president, Ms. K. Gurujodi, to kindly light the ceremonial lamp. Thank you, respected dignitaries, for the wonderful lamp lighting ceremony. Every successful beginning starts with a prayer. I now invite our college choir to present the prayer song.
Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship your holy name. The sun comes up, it's a new day dawning. It's time to sing your song again. Whatever may pass and whatever lies before me, let me be singing when the evening comes. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul, worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship your holy name. I worship your holy name. Lord, I worship your holy name.
Thank you for the soulful prayer. It has truly created a divine atmosphere for the beginning of our program. A warm welcome is the beginning of every memorable occasion. It reflects our respect, gratitude, and happiness in having everyone with us. Now, with a great pleasure, I invite Dr. P. Shakuntala Ma'am to deliver the welcome address.
Artificial intelligence is transforming the world not by replacing people, but by empowering them to think, create, and innovate. A very pleasant morning to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure to great honor to welcome you all the International Conference on AI Revolution, Redefining Commerce, Education and Healthcare, organized by Department of Commerce with Computer Applications. It is my proud privilege to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to our distinguished chief guest, Mr. Muthukumaran Thangaramanujam. He is an internationally recognized healthcare innovator, senior physiotherapist, adjunct assistant professor at Trinity College, Dublin, Ireland, and former national HSCP Innovation Fellow of Health Service Executive, Ireland, with over 2 decades of professional experience. He has made a remarkable contribution to healthcare innovation by integrating research, technology, and patient-centered care. His excellent work in digital healthcare and advanced 3D printed clinical solution has earned him international recognitions. His expertise and inspiring journey truly reflect the theme of today's conference. Sir, your presence adds great value to this academic gathering, and we extend our warmest and most cordial welcome you, sir. I extend my respectable welcome to our beloved Secretary, Reverend Dr. Sister Ignatius Mary, for her constant blessings, visionary leadership, and continuous support towards the growth and academic excellence of our department. I have the great honor of welcoming our respected principal, Reverend Dr. Sister M. Fatima Mary, whose inspiring leadership, commitment to academic excellence, and continuous encouragement towards innovation, research have made this international conference possible. Welcome you, sister. I also extend my warm greetings to our respected vice principals of both SIFT 1 and SIFT 2, Dr. Sister J. Arulmeri, Dr. S. Vidya, Dr. Sister Bindu Antony, and Mrs. Nigula Raghavan. Your valuable guidance, encouragement, and heartfelt support have been instrumental to the successful organization of this conference. A hearty welcome to faculty members, participants, and students from various colleges and institutions. Your presence has enriched this international academic gathering. I also extend my sincere welcome to faculty and students of Visual Communication Department, non-teaching staff, and photographer whose support and service have greatly contributed the success of this conference. Finally, I extend my affectionate welcome to my dear colleagues and my beloved students of Department of Commerce with Computer Applications. Your dedication, teamwork, enthusiasm, and tireless effort have made this conference a grand success. With these words, I once again extend a warm and hearty welcome to each and every one of you. May this conference be intellectually enriching, professionally rewarding, and truly memorable. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm and gracious welcome address. Now it's time to honor our respected chief guest as a token of our love, respect, and gratitude. I kindly request our respected principal, Reverend Dr. Sister M. Fatima Mary, to present the memento to our esteemed chief guest. Thank you, sister, for honoring our respected chief guest. Now, I warmly invite Reverend Dr. Sister M. Fatima Mary to deliver the inaugural address.
Distinguished guest on the dais, Mr. Muthukumaran, and his beloved sister who is sitting in front of the stage, esteemed resource persons, eminent scholars, faculty members, and my dear students, a pleasant morning to every one of you. Good morning to you all. It is with immense joy that I welcome all of you to this international conference on the theme AI Revolution, Redefining Commerce, Education and Healthcare. A beautiful theme which coincides with all industries as well as the institutions connecting together to reflect how AI is involved in every field. So on behalf of the management, the staff and students of Fatima College, I extend my heartfelt welcome to all our distinguished guests and delegates who have joined us from various institutions and countries. The theme of this conference is both timely and significant. We are living in an era where artificial intelligence is no longer a technology of the future, it is a reality of the present. AI is transforming the way we learn, we work, we communicate, we conduct business, and deliver healthcare. It is revolutionizing industries, creating a lot of new opportunities, and redefining the skills required for the next generation. The UNESCO recommendation on the ethics of artificial intelligence reminds us that AI must uphold human dignity, fairness, transparency, accountability, and inclusiveness. These principles resonate deeply with the educational philosophy of Fatima College. Guided by our motto, Lead Kindly Light, where we believe that the education should not only prepare students for a successful career, but also nurture responsible citizens and compassionate leaders who use knowledge to transform the society. The AI revolution also presents an important challenge to higher education. Our task is no longer limited to imparting knowledge. We must cultivate critical thinking, creativity, digital competence, ethical reasoning, and lifelong learning. The graduates of tomorrow, my dear students, need to remember and prepare not just to work with intelligent technologies, but to lead them responsibly. I am reminded of the words of Satya Nadella, the chairman and CEO of Microsoft, who said, AI is perhaps the most profound technology of our time, but its true value lies in empowering every person and every institutions or organization to achieve more. That is precisely the purpose of education, to empower people to use technology wisely, ethically, for the betterment of humanity. This conference, of course, is a platform for dialogue, collaboration, and innovation. It brings together experts from academia, industry, and research to exchange ideas, explore emerging trends, and develop solutions to the complex challenges. I'm confident that the deliberations over the course of this conference will inspire all of you with new research, meaningful partnerships, and practical innovations. At this juncture, I take this opportunity to congratulate the Department of Commerce with Computer Application for organizing this international conference with great dedication and vision. My sincere appreciation to Dr. Shakuntala, Head of the Department, the organizing committee, the faculty members, and the student volunteers, and every individual whose efforts have made this event possible. I also express my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Mr. Muthukumaran, and the delegates for enriching this conference with their valuable expertise. As we inaugurate this conference, let us remember that the future will not be shaped by artificial intelligence alone, but by human intelligence guided by ethical values. I wish the conference every success. Thank you, and may God bless all of you.
Thank you, sister, for your inspiring and insightful inaugural address. It's our privilege to invite our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Muthukumaran Thangaramanujam, Senior Physiotherapist, to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you. Good morning. Can everyone hear me? Esteemed principal ma'am, the secretary of the college, esteemed HOD ma'am, the faculty, and the wonderful students here. Very good morning to you all. My name is Muthukumaran Thangaramanujam, and it gives me immense pleasure standing in front of you delivering this lecture. Next one, please. May I present to you my mother, the late Mrs. Subhatra Ramanujam, who was the retired director for Shramik Vidyapeeth. Can I have the next one, please? So she passed out like some of you. She studied in this esteemed institution. She is alumna of this great institution. She studied zoology. She graduated from 1962. And thank you. Thanks. She graduated in 1962, and she wanted to be a doctor, and she ended up being a teacher. But it gives me great pleasure to introduce my sister, Dr. Kumudavalli, who is a surgeon as a chief medical officer in the Delhi government. So someday, many of you or some of your children would be standing in the same podium giving lectures to your alma mater as well. So I was very touched by the invitation because we both are here to remember our mother, and it gives me immense pleasure to start in this institution. So this is me. Why should a physiotherapist of all people come to a commerce department, give a lecture on AI? So what you see on the left is I'm giving a lecture to doctors on artificial intelligence as a National Innovation Fellow. And on the top, this is my bread and butter. I work as a physiotherapist in the Irish Health Service. This is one of the earliest photos I ever took when I started in Ireland. And down below, you see is the European Huntington's Disease Association's conference, where I'm seated with the president of the European Huntington's Association, president. So the reason I'm mentioning Huntington's disease, it's a rare disease where it actually has both commercial as well as health implications for AI. So my research is also looking into solutions to solve rare diseases like Huntington's disease. On the far right, I'm also kind of a clinical scientist. This is my lab where I'm building. You may not be able to see it, but there's actually a bone. Oh, I'm just kind of going back and forth. Classic conference. Bear with me. I'm just trying to go back. Sorry, can I reverse the slides, please? Sorry, who is controlling the slides? Can I go back a few slides, please? Yeah, stop. Yeah, from there, please. Yeah. Next one, please. Yeah. So no. Can I go? Okay. The previous one, please. The one with 4 photos. Yeah, this one. So what you see, the one which I actually have the coat on, if you see behind me, you'll actually see a bone. This is like a human size thigh bone, 3D printed, which is like a scaffold for future biomaterials and surgical implants. So this is also one of my part of my research, and even building new body parts, artificial intelligence actually has a role to play. And everything is dictated by commerce. So we can do wonderful research. I can give talks and all that. But end of the day, everything is driven by commerce. And when I talk about commerce, it's dealt with intelligence. So like, what is intelligence? How do we perceive intelligence? Is it the ability to memorize things? Is it the ability to recall? Or is it the ability to reason? Or is it the way one speaks one's language? Or is it the ability to kind of predict the future? So the earliest days, the human brain was the inspiration for computers to mimic. So artificial intelligence, long time ago, started with computer scientists trying to mimic the human brain. So they kind of went into 3 different notions. One was reasoning, interaction, and learning. So we all reason quite differently. We all have different preferences. We all have our bespoke sense of fashion, sense of morals, sense of ideas. So if a machine could mimic, to reason, to interact with us, to learn with us, then it's an artificially intelligent system. This is like a very, very broad view of a brushstroke talking about AI. So, and many of you are I know you're actually active Instagram users or ChatGPT users, and I know that you would have been interacting with it, you'll be talking with it. So anything like ChatGPT or Gemini, or Gemini as it's called here, or any language model, it's called as a large language model. It's trained with loads and loads of data, gigabytes and terabytes of data, to give predictable responses. So the ability for the system to recognize your pattern and to respond is one of the key elements of LLMs. And LLMs are actually kind of influencing how we think, what we wear, what we study these days. And some of you might have might be using AI to study, or AI might be using AI to see how to get cinema tickets, for example, or getting fastest way to travel or something like that. But there is some sense of, the next session, we're going to discuss some of the pros and cons of the LLMs and how we could optimize and what we should be aware of it. So like AI, you might have been, the official term for AI, agreeing with you all the time, is AI sycophancy. So the AI will always say yes to what you want to believe in. So every time you use an AI system, it kind of helps you to it helps you to stay within interacting with the system. So if you're going to say dogs are the best, it's going to agree with you, whereas some dogs can be aggressive too. So the ability for the system to predict that you may not like some kind of responses, it's a common recurring theme with LLMs. So you need to be aware of it, because sometimes what an AI system tells you may not be a fair, equitable, correct response. and it's driven by your behavior. And an AI software is not just looking into your chat queries. It's actually also looking at your location, your other preferences, and your other social media use, or what you talk in your microphone as well. So we'll explore that in depth in the next session. So in the commerce, so this is, you might have been you might have heard of Claude or Cloud, as it has different pronunciations, but Cloud is Anthropic is Claude's company. So what you see here is the red areas is where the professions actively use AI. For example, in let's just say in business and finance. So if you see the red wheel in between, if you see the business and finance wheel, and then management and computer and mathematics, it has potential to grow further. So at the moment, the growth of AI is where you see the red area, the red zones, and some professions are not touched by AI, but your profession, especially some of you may become accountants, some of you may become MCAs, computer scientists, some of you may be interested in becoming a lawyers, for example. So all those feeds will have a very big influence by AI. By becoming system aware, you can actually beat the system. So that is quite important for you to kind of learn about AI in a critical context. So of course, primarily the AI use is for Instagram and social media. And you might have all heard about the story of the Pied Piper. Pied Piper is a man who kind of plays a flute. Initially, he took all the rats with him, and then eventually he took all the children with him. But AI is the new Pied Piper. It's actually making us stay. It's actually making us stay online. I just want you to kind of reflect on how many reels have you watched since this morning. Possibly 10, possibly 20, possibly 30. You may not even have a count of the amount of reels you watch every single day. And the algorithm learns from your interaction with the reel by a few seconds, less than a minute. So it keeps you engaged. And AI, as the Pied Piper in different forms, in different kind of social media platforms, is actually sucking you in to kind of be interactive with it. So I'm going to conclude as of now. But we're going to kind of dwell more on why do we need artificial intelligence in the next session. Sorry. Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll continue in the next session. Thanks very much.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring and insightful keynote address. Your valuable words have truly enriched this occasion. Gratitude is the memory of the heart. Now I invite Ms. F. Jnanadiba ma'am to deliver the vote of thanks.
Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. With this beautiful thought, I feel truly privileged to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our chief guest, Mr. Muthukumaran Thangaramanujam, session with his esteemed presence and for delivering such an insightful and inspiring keynote address. Your valuable thoughts, profound insights, and rich expertise have greatly enriched this conference, offering us a meaningful perspective on its theme. Your words have not enlightened us, but have also motivated us to think beyond boundaries and explore new possibilities with the help of AI in our respective fields. We are deeply honored to have had this opportunity to listen to you. Thank you, sir, for your valuable time, inspiring words, and for making this inaugural session truly memorable. The best way to predict the future is to create it. Your keynote has indeed inspired us to move forward with renewed enthusiasm and commitment. I also wish to place on record of a sincere gratitude to our respected principal, Reverend Sister, Dr. Sister M. Fatima Mary, our beloved Secretary, Dr. Sister Ignatius Mary, our illustrious Vice Principal, Reverend Dr. Sister Bindu Anthony Shift 2, coordinators for their constant guidance and encouragement with the unwavering support in making this international conference possible to the core. My heartfelt thanks also goes to the organizing committee, conveners, co-conveners, faculty members and student volunteers whose dedicated efforts and teamwork have brought this event to the fruition. I warmly appreciate the presence of all delegates, academicians and participants who have joined us from different places. Your enthusiastic participation and valuable contributions will undoubtedly make this conference a meaningful platform for knowledge sharing, intellectual exchange, and academic collaboration. Finally, I extend my gratitude to each and every person who has contributed directly and indirectly to the successful organization of this conference, making it a truly fruitful deliberation. Once again, I express my sincere thanks to all, wishing you a wonderful and enriching conference ahead. Thank you all. God bless you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your heartfelt and gracious vote of thanks. A kind reminder, a representative from each college are asked to collect your conference kit from reception desk. I repeat, a representative from each college are asked to collect your conference kit from reception desk. We will now have a short refreshment break from 10:15 to 10:45. Kindly be back on the hall on 10:45 so that we can continue with the program. Kindly collect your refreshment at Annexure. Thank you.
lessons from business, healthcare, and beyond. It is our privilege to welcome our distinguished resource person, Mr. Muthukumaran Thangaramanujam, a senior physiotherapist and adjunct assistant professor at Trinity College, Dublin, Ireland. We are honored to have you with us today. I welcome you, sir. Once again, a warm welcome to everyone gathered here. Without further delay, now I invite Mr. Muthukumaran Thangaramanujam, sir, to take over the session.
Thank you. First one, the top left section. Next slide. Thank you. Good morning again. Can you hear me properly? கேக்குதுங்களா? கேக்குதா கேக்கலையா? Much better. So I'll speak in English, but I'll talk in Tamil. நடுவுல மானத்தேனை பொன் மாதிரி தமிழ்லையும் பேசலாம். So எத்தனை பேர் தமிழ் மீடியம் படிச்சிருக்கீங்க இங்க? You don't have to raise your hands. You don't have to. தமிழ்ல என்னோட some of my best friends அவங்க தமிழ் மீடியத்துல தான் படிச்சாங்க. இன்னைக்கு IAS ஆஃபீஸர்ஸா இருக்காங்க. So it's a யாராவது தமிழ்ல படிச்சீங்களோ it's actually a superpower. So be proud of yourself for that. லாஸ்ட் இருக்கிறவங்க கேக்குதுங்களா? போன்ல பாத்துட்டு இருக்கீங்களா? லாஸ்ட்ல கேக்குதுங்களா நான் பேசுறது? கேக்குதா? Great. Thank you. So the first session was more of a taster. So இந்த செஷன்ல வந்து நம்ம கொஞ்சம் பிராக்டிகலா பண்ணலாமே சில விஷயங்களை. I'll kind of show some pointers more relevant to your field. So this is the kind of a small agenda. So I'm going to kind of speak in English and alternate in Tamil. And if you have any questions, I expect interaction from all of you. So, I mean, it's not compulsory, but if you want to ask me questions, feel free to ask me questions. End of the session, we'll have a Q&A. It is not just going to be a lecture. I'm going to give you more resources after the lecture as well. So the outline is we're going to talk about the history of AI in medicine, AI in business, and what should you consider critical insights about AI, what you should be aware. And of course, commerce la enna relevance AI, commercial opportunities in AI. Upon questions and answer, then I'll share a link with you, which you can access the resources we need. So why do we need artificial intelligence? Are we not intelligent ourselves? Any idea? Any pointers? Why do we need AI? In a simplistic point of view, நீங்க இன்ஸ்டாகிராம்ல ஃபில்டர் யூஸ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா அது AI தான். உங்க ChatGPTல query போட்டீங்கன்னா AI. பட் ஈவன் நீங்க AI யூஸ் பண்ணாம நீங்க என்னென்ன ஆட்ல கூகுள்ல பாக்குறீங்களோ அது AI தான். So AI, without you're using AI actively or if you're using it passively, unfortunately or fortunately, the world is surrounded by AI these days, especially after 2022, when OpenAI came up with ChatGPT. Practically, I think all of you would have been using AI. எல்லாரும் யூஸ் பண்றீங்களா AI இங்க? Yes or no? Yes? No? Okay. So, இது வந்து ஒரு நியூ கான்செப்ட் கிடையாது. It's been there from 1955. So as I told earlier, it's actually about ஒரு brain எப்படி மிமிக் பண்ணலாம், இன்டெலிஜென்ஸை எப்படி சிஸ்டம்ஸால மிமிக் பண்ண முடியும், இதுக்கான ஒரு இதுதான் AI. ஸோ அது நிறைய இட்ரேஷன்ஸ்ல போயிட்டு இருந்தது. நிறைய இட்ரேஷன் நான் சொல்றது வந்து AI வச்சு செஸ் விளையாட முடியுமா, AI வச்சு மார்க்கெட்ஸை ப்ரிடிக்ட் பண்ண முடியுமா, ஸ்டாக் மார்க்கெட்ஸ் ஆர் எனிதிங் எல்ஸ். So it was more of mimicking human thinking, mimicking human behavior. That was AI for quite a while ago, but it was a one-horse pony, one-horse race மாதிரி ஒரு one trick pony. One trick ponyன்றது ஒரே ஒரு ஸ்கில்ல மட்டும் பர்ஃபெக்டா பண்ணக்கூடிய சிஸ்டம் வந்து இருந்தது. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் செஸ் மட்டும் விளையாடுறது, இல்லைன்னா மார்க்கெட்ஸை ப்ரெடிக்ட் பண்றது, இல்லைன்னா அக்கௌண்டிங் சாஃப்ட்வேர், இல்லைன்னா ப்ரெடிக்ஷன் அல்காரிதம்ஸ். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரி இண்டிவிஜுவலைஸ்ட் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் பேராமீட்டர்ஸ்குள்ள இருந்தது AI. பட் ரீசன்ட் டைம்ஸ்ல when ChatGPT மாதிரி கம்பெனிஸ், இல்லைன்னா Grok in Twitter, பெர்ப்ளெக்சிட்டி, ஏஐ இதெல்லாம் வர்றப்போ கண்டெம்பரரி நம்மள மாதிரி யூசர்ஸ் எல்லாம் வந்து we have started using AI for all purposes. ஷாப்பிங் பண்றதா இருக்கட்டும், ஹாலிடே பிளானிங்கா இருக்கட்டும், இல்லைன்னா டிக்கெட் எடுக்கிறதா இருக்கட்டும், வாட் எவர் யூ வாண்ட் டு டூ, யூசிங் ஏஐ these days. So like what is AI? I'm just, because I come from health background, so AI-ன்றது ஒரு brain மாதிரி எடுத்துட்டோம்னா it actually has software and hardware. So software வந்து தெரியும் உங்களுக்கு, there is lots and lots of components within software which many of you could be developers here, some of you can develop code software, but AI ஓட primary இது வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா hardware. So long time ago video gamesக்காக GPUs, graphic processing units இருந்தது. இப்போ NVIDIA மாதிரி companies, you might have heard of NVIDIA. So these are video gamesக்கான processor, microprocessors. In the processors வந்து of late are actually being more useful for AI architecture. AI hardware in the software is actually in the processor are actually quite helpful. And also AI needs lots and lots of data storage as well. நீங்க நிறைய டேட்டா வேர்ஹவுசஸ், டேட்டா சென்டர்ஸ் பத்தி கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க. டேட்டா சென்டர்ஸ் வந்து இப்போ இந்தியாவில் நிறைய இப்போ இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க. இப்போ நீங்க ஜிமெயில் யூஸ் பண்ணாலும் சரி, இல்லைன்னா ஃபேஸ்புக், இன்ஸ்டாகிராம் யூஸ் பண்ணாலும் சரி, not all the data sits on your phone. Your data is stored elsewhere, somewhere in the world. But data centers rapidly process these data, and data centers are the backbone of AI architecture. Also kind of software, which again நான் கொடுத்த எக்ஸாம்பிள் வந்து PyTorch, TensorFlow எல்லாம் Google specific examples. So it's like software வந்து it tells the computer how to perform the task, also to kind of translating the language of your prompt. நிறைய பேர் நீங்க prompt நீங்க verbal promptன்றது what we tell AI to do. So sometimes you type your prompt. நிறைய டெக்னிக்ஸ் இருக்கு prompting பண்றது. Prompting வந்து you can talk to me like my friend ன்னு நீங்க சொல்லலாம் சில சமயம் உங்க AI, or talk to me like my boss ன்னு சொல்லலாம். It is essentially is trying to mimic a particular personality when it interacting with you. You can personalize AI. நீங்க நிறைய பேர் AI personalize பண்ணி வச்சிருந்திருக்கலாம். ChatGPT-ல if you go into settings, you can personalize how you want the AI to be. So it can talk to you like a friend, or it can talk to you like an advisor, or it can give you insights which you want. But objectivity is discretionary. Objectivity நான் சொல்றது வந்து அது கரெக்டான ஆன்சரை கரெக்டான நேரத்தில் உங்களுக்கு சொல்லுமானா it is questionable. அது நீங்க எப்படி அதை ப்ராம்ப்ட் எழுதுறீங்க, என்ன எப்படி அதை நீங்க further develop பண்றீங்கன்றது இருக்கு. இது முடிஞ்ச உடனே I'll show you a resource in which you can do a course with OpenAI in how to prompt, and you'll actually get certification by OpenAI. So I'll give you further resources once we finish further. So like AI is not just one dimension. So like it is knowledge, language, numerical reasoning, verbal reasoning. It's everything. But the biggest challenge is we should not outsource our thinking to AI. But நம்ம என்ன பண்றோம்னா, எனக்கு ஐடியா கொடு, இதை நான் பண்ணணும்னு ஆசைப்படுறேன். ஸோ we should use AI வந்து நம்ம எப்படி யூஸ் பண்ணோம்னா, ஒரு செஸ் நீங்க விளையாண்டீங்கன்னா நிறைய அட்வான்ஸ் செஸ் பிளேயர்ஸ் would use computers. அவங்க கம்ப்யூட்டர் சேர்த்து யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, நாங்கள் பண்ற மூவ் ஒழுங்கா இருக்கா, என்னோட லைன் ஆஃப் பிளே ஸ்ட்ராட்டஜி ஒழுங்கா இருக்கான்றதுக்கான ஒரு டெஸ்டிங் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ஒரு ஃபீல்டா யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க அதை. சாரி, give me 1 second. பட் ஏஐ நம்ம என்ன பண்ண, எனக்கு திங்க் பண்ணி கொடு, நான் இந்த காரியத்தை எப்படி செய்யணும்னு சொல்லி கொடுன்னு சொல்லி ஒழுங்கான அப்ரோச் எடுத்திருக்கேன். அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு கம்பெனியை நீங்க வச்சுக்கலாம். பட் அட் த மொமெண்ட் நம்ம நிறைய பேர் எப்படி யூஸ் பண்றோம்னா, அதை வந்து ஒரு டைரக்டர் மாதிரி யூஸ் பண்றோம். அப்ப அந்த ஒரு பழைய வடிவேலு காமெடி ஒண்ணு இருக்கும், இந்த வெள்ளையா இருக்கிறவன் பொய் சொல்ல மாட்டான்டான்னு ஒரு காமெடி இருக்கும், பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா? இப்ப நிறைய பேர் ஏஐ அப்படிதான் யூஸ் பண்றோம். சோ இந்த மாதிரி ஏஐல போட்டிருக்கு, ChatGPT சொல்லி இருக்கு, கரெக்டா தான் இருக்கும்னு சொல்றோம். not necessarily the case. But there are இப்போ நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றது ஒரு ஜென்ரல் ஏஐ, ஏஜிஐன்னு இருக்கு, அட்வான்ஸ் ஜென்ரல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ். அப்புறம் ஏஎஸ்ஐன்னு இருக்கு, அட்வான்ஸ்ட் சூப்பர் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ், ஆர்டிஃபிஷியல் சூப்பர் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ். அது வந்து இன்னும் வந்து இட் கோஸ் இன் டு சூப்பர் ஹியூமன் லெவல் அண்ட் திங்கிங் ஃபார் வெரி ஸ்பெசிஃபிக் டாஸ்க். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், இப்போ ஒரு வார் சிமுலேஷன், இந்த வார்ல வந்து ஆயில் மார்க்கெட்ஸ் எப்படி ரியாக்ட் பண்ணும் 10 இயர்ஸ்க்கு அப்புறம், அந்த மாதிரி ப்ரிடிக்ஷன் அல்காரிதம்ஸ்லாம் அது பண்ணும். இல்லைன்னா மெடிசன்ல ட்ரக் டிஸ்கவரிக்கு ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட மாலிக்யூல் காம்பினேஷன்ஸுக்கு எப்படி பண்ணலான்றது ஏஐ பண்ணும். Coming back to the same slide, reason, interact, learn. திரும்ப அதே ஸ்லைட் ஏன் போட்டிருக்கேன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, ப்ளீஸ் டோன்ட் அவுட் சோர்ஸ் திஸ். இதான் நீங்க கடன் கொடுத்துறாதீங்க. நம்ம ஏஐ இதுக்கெல்லாம் யூஸ் பண்றோம், பட் யுவர் பிகஸ்ட் அசெட் அஸ் பீயிங் எ ஹியூமன், உங்களோட எபிலிட்டி டு திங்க். திங்கிங்னா வெறுமனை யோசிக்கிறது மட்டும் இல்ல, கிரிட்டிக்கலா யோசிக்கிறது, ஒரு ஆழ்ந்து ஆராய்ந்து அறிந்து கொள்வது. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி நீங்க யூஸ் பண்றதுக்கான ஒரு அவேர்னஸ் வச்சுக்கோங்க. சில சமயம் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் யூஸ் ஏஐ, it may appear as if oh, this is great, I get my answers. Yes, you may get your answers, but you may not know if your answer is right or wrong. So always train your AI to be fair and square and ask for sources. இப்போ ஏஐ வந்து சொல்லுது, இந்த ஒரு ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நீங்க ஒரு பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட் எழுதுறீங்க, ஒரு பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட்ஸ் பத்தி படிக்கிறப்போ இட் இஸ் டெல்லிங் யூ ஒரு மெத்தடாலஜி இருக்கு பேலன்ஸ் ஷீட்டுக்கு, நீங்க இப்படி பண்ணலாம்னு சொல்லுது. யூஸ்வலி ஆஸ்க், ஓகே, ஃப்ரம் விச் புக், ஃப்ரம் விச் ஆத்தர், ஃப்ரம் விச் சோர்ஸ் இதை காட்டுன்னு சொல்லி கேளுங்க. ஸோ ஆல்வேஸ் மேக் ஏ அக்கௌண்டபிள். தெர் இஸ் எனி ஒன் திங் யூ கேன் டேக் ஃப்ரம் திஸ், மேக் ஏ அக்கௌண்டபிள். ரெஸ்பான்ஸ் என்னென்ன ஆக்ஷன்ஸ் ஏ உங்ககிட்ட சொல்லுதோ அதை நீங்க ரெஸ்பான்சிபிளா கொண்டு வாங்க. அது எப்படின்னு சொல்றதை விட, நீங்க வந்து இப்போ யாராவது உங்களுக்கு 100 ரூபா கடன் கொடுத்தா 100 ரூபா செலவழிச்சிட்டேன்னு சொல்லுவீங்களா, இல்ல 100 ரூபாய்க்கு 10 ரூபாய்க்கு இது பண்ண, 15 ரூபாய்க்கு இது பண்ண கணக்கு கொடுக்குறீங்கல்ல. சில ஏல அந்த அக்கௌண்டபிலிட்டி இருக்காது, அது ரேண்டமா ஏதாவது பண்ணும், 100 ரூபாய் செலவழிச்சிட்டேன்னு சொல்லும். ஸோ மேக் ஷுர் தட் எனி அவுட்புட் யூ கெட் ஃப்ரம் ஏஐ யூ புட் இட் த்ரூ ஸ்க்ரூட்டனி. அதை கிரிட்டிக்கலா பாருங்க, அது எதுக்கு அப்படி சொல்லுது, கரெக்டா சொல்லுதா. இப்போ நீங்க காம்ப்ளெக்ஸான விஷயங்கள் பண்ண போறது இல்லை. அட் த சேம் டைம் டோன்ட் டேக் இட் ஃபார் கிராண்டட். நீங்க போடுற ஒரு ப்ராம்ப்டும், நீங்க ஒரு சின்ன எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்லணும்னா, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், be an accountant, write me a balance sheet for the company Excel I have uploaded, and give it in a way in which I can copy and paste in a financial sheet. அப்படின்னு சொன்னீங்கன்னா it will give அதை make sure that you stay accurate அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். A also hallucinates quite a lot. Hallucination சொல்றது வந்து இருப்பதை இல்லாததை இருப்பதை போன்னு சொல்வது hallucinationன்றது. அது வந்து ஒரு when designers design things, when AI designers design things, they didn't factor in hallucination. Anything which is designed by humans, it is bound to have errors. And if there is a large data set, or a terabyte and terabyte of data வந்து process பண்ணி சொல்றப்போ, sometimes it may oversimplify. And one thing which you should tell AI is to tell you if it doesn't know. If you don't know the answer, just say I don't know. அதை நீங்க ப்ராம்ப்ட்ல இன்க்ளூட் பண்ணுங்க. எவ்ரி டைம் when you write a prompt, நீங்க ஏதாவது ஒரு டைம் AI has stopped giving you answers. Every time you put a prompt, it always asks you more questions. Oh, shall I do this for you? Or உங்களுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி ஆன்சர் கொடுக்கட்டுமா, அந்த மாதிரி ஆன்சர் கொடுக்கட்டுமா? Because the more you interact with it, the more money the company will make. So AI incentivizes you to stay interacting with it, but you have to put the threshold. நீங்க வந்து as young entrepreneurs, lawyers, accountants, students, you should know what is the limit. It's a slave master relationship. Slave master is a very old computing term. So computers are the slave master அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நான் சொல்றது ஒரு outdated word, but அந்த காலத்துல இப்படிதான் சொல்லுவாங்க. Every system should have ஒரு slave master relationship இருக்கணும். இங்க AI has indirectly becoming the master these days by dictating what feed you watch, what food you consume, நீங்க ஃபுட் டெலிவரி ஆப்ல பார்த்தா கூட உங்களை சாப்பிட சொல்லிக்கிட்டே இருக்கு ஏதாவது ஒன்று டெய்லி. ஸோ பி அவேர் ஆஃப் தீஸ் இன்டைரக்ட் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் இன்சென்டிஃபிகேஷன் ஆஃப் யுவர் எப்படி சொல்ல, உங்களோட பிஹேவியரை ஏஐ வந்து ஒரு விதத்துல எப்படியாவது இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ் பண்ணிக்கிட்டே இருக்கு. ரைட் நவ் அட் திஸ் டைம். அண்ட் அகைன் இப்போ எல்எல்எம்ல வந்து ஒரு பழைய கம்ப்யூட்டிங் டேர்ம் இருக்கு, கார்பேஜ் இன் கார்பேஜ் அவுட், கேள்விப்பட்டிருப்பீங்க. ஸோ இஃப் யூ புட் ரபிஷ் இன் யூ கெட் ரபிஷ் அவுட். இப்போ நிறைய ட்ரைனிங் மாடல்ன்றது ஒரு லார்ஜ் லாங்குவேஜ் மாடலை எப்படி ட்ரெயின் பண்றாங்க. ஒன்று இன்டர்நெட் ரிசோர்சஸ் இருக்கலாம், புக்ஸ் இருக்கலாம், பெட்டாபைட்ஸ் அண்ட் பெட்டாபைட்ஸ் ஆஃப் டேட்டா இருக்கலாம். பட் நாட் ஆல் டேட்டாஸ் வில் பி அக்யூரேட். So not necessarily all the output from LLMs will be accurate. So அந்த accuracy கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது உங்க பிரெயின் தான். So don't outsource your brain for that. இன்னொன்று வந்து நீங்க you can do an experiment. You can put the same prompt in different AI in different platforms. உங்க யார்ட்டாவது டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஆண்ட்ராய்ட் வெர்ஷன்ஸ் இருக்கும். அதே ப்ராம்ப்டை ஒருத்தர் உங்க இதுல போடுங்க, உங்க போன்ல போடுங்க, இல்லைன்னா உங்க லேப்டாப்ல போடுங்க, என்ன அவுட்புட் வருதுன்னு பாருங்க. அப்புறம் அதே சேம் ப்ராம்ப்டை பெர்ப்ளெக்சிட்டியில் போட்டு பாருங்க, இல்லைன்னா ஜெமினில போட்டு பாருங்க, என்ன அவுட்புட் வருதுன்னு பாருங்க. ஸோ if a computer is going to give you predictable answers, that should be AI. But AI would react like a human. ஒரு அவுட்புட்டும் டிஃப்ரெண்டாக இருக்கும். Depending on the time, place, location and previous info it knows about you, it will give you different outputs which you want. ஏற்கனவே சொன்னேன்ல, AI sycophancy. அது மாதிரி it will actually give you what you want to hear. So make sure that is not the case. So can I have the first video, please? The first video. தனி ஓப்பனா இருக்கும். இல்ல அதுல AI in healthcare, top one. This one, please. Yeah.
Can AI predict blindness or even prevent it?
என் பேர் சாந்தி. நாங்கள் குடும்பத்தில் 4 பேர் இருக்கோம். எங்கள் வீட்டுக்காரர் பேர் பகீரதன், பிள்ளை பவித்ராஸ், யோகேஸ்வரன். வாச தொளிப்போம், வீடு வாச தொளிச்சு கூட்டி கோலம் போட்டுட்டு பிள்ளைகளுக்கு காஃபி போடுவோம். 5 மணிக்கு எழுந்திருப்பேன்.
Santi does not have an easy life. It's made more difficult because she has diabetes, which is affecting her vision.
கண்ணு வலி இருந்துச்சு. போய் ஆஸ்பத்திரிக்கு, இங்க அலங்காநல்லூர் ஆஸ்பத்திரிக்கு வலி, தலை வலி இருந்தது.
If Santi does not get medical help soon, eventually she may go blind.
Complications of diabetes include heart disease, kidney disease, but one of the really important complications is diabetic retinopathy. And the reason it's so important is that diabetic retinopathy is one of the leading causes of blindness worldwide. This is particularly true in India.
Sir, excuse me, கொஞ்சம் கவனிங்க. நினைச்சீங்கன்னா நீங்க 200ல இருக்கலாம்.
என்னங்கய்யா, சின்ன பொண்ணா? என்ன தொந்தரவு இருக்கு?
கண் பார்வை வந்து மக்களுக்கு.
சுகர் எத்தனை வருஷமா இருக்கு?
சுகர் வந்து 2.5 வருஷமா இருந்துச்சு.
Diabetic retinopathy is a condition which affects people with diabetes. In the early stages, it's symptomless, but that's when it's treatable. So you want to screen them early on before they actually lose vision. நேரா பாருங்க. In the early stages, if a doctor is examining the eye or you take a picture of the back of the eye, you will see lots of those bleeding spots in the retina. சக்கரை எத்தனை வருஷமா இருக்கு? அதோட சேர்த்து 2 கண்ணிலையும் நரம்பு திரையில ரத்த கசிவு ஆயிருக்கு. Today the doctors are not enough to do the screening. We have very limited ophthalmologists, so there should be other ways where you can screen the diabetic patients for the diabetic complication.
In the US, there are about 74 eye doctors for every million people. In India, there are only 11. So just keeping up with the sheer number of patients, let alone giving them the attention and care they need, is overwhelming, if not impossible.
We probably see about 2,000 to 2,500 patients every single day.
The interesting thing with diabetic retinopathy is there are ways to screen for it. There are ways to get ahead of the problem. The challenge is that not enough patients undergo screening.
Like Tim Shaw's ALS speech recognizer, this problem is also about data, or lack of it. To prevent more people from experiencing vision loss, Dr. Kim wanted to get ahead of the problem.
So there's a hemorrhage. All these are exudates.
Dr. Kim called up a team at Google. Made up of doctors and engineers, they're exploring ways to use machine learning to solve some of the world's leading healthcare problems.
So we started with, could we train an AI model that can somehow help read these images, that can decrease the number of doctors required to do this task?
So this is the normal view. When you start looking more deeply, then this can be a microaneurysm, right? This one here.
The team uses the same kind of machine learning that allows us to organize our photos or tag friends on social media. Image recognition. First, models are trained using tagged images of things like cats or dogs. After looking at thousands of examples, the algorithm learns to identify new images without any human help. For the retinopathy project, over 100,000 eye scans were graded by eye doctors who rated each eye scan on a scale from 1 to 5, from healthy to diseased. These images were then used to train a machine learning algorithm. Over time, the AI learned to predict which eyes showed signs of disease.
This is the assistance view, where the model's predictions are actually projected on the original image, and it's picking up the pathologies very nicely.
To get help implementing the technology, Lily's team reached out to Verily, the life sciences unit at Alphabet.
So how was India? Oh, amazing.
Verily came out of Google X, and we sit at the intersection of technology, life science, and healthcare. And what we try to do is think about big problems that are affecting many patients, and how can we bring the best tools and best technologies to get ahead of the problems?
The technical pieces are so important. The methodology is important.
How do you capture the right image, and then how does the algorithm work, and how do you deploy these tools not only here, but in rural conditions? So if we can speed up this diagnosis process and augment the clinical care, then we can prevent blindness.
There aren't many other bigger problems that affect more patients. Diabetes affects 400 million worldwide, 70 million in India alone, which is why Jessica and Lily's teams began testing AI-enabled eye scanners there, in its most rural areas, like Dr. Kim's Aravind eye clinics.
Is the camera on?
Now it's on. Yeah. So once the camera is up, we need to check the network connectivity.
The patient comes in, they get their pictures taken of the back of the eye, one for the left eye, one for the right eye. The images are uploaded to this algorithm. And once the algorithm performs its analysis, it sends the results back to the system along with a referral recommendation.
It's good. It's up and running.
Yeah.
Because the algorithm works in real time, you can get a real-time answer to a doctor, and that real-time answer comes back to the patient.
Once you have the algorithm, it's like taking your weight measurement. Within a few seconds, the system tells you whether you have retinopathy or not.
In the past, Santi's condition could have taken months to diagnose, if diagnosed at all.
உள்ளேயே பாருங்கய்யா, கண்ணை சிமிட்ட வேண்டாம், நேரம் மட்டும் உள்ள பாருங்க. சர்க்கரையினால கண்ணோட நரம்புல ஃபுல்லா ரத்த கசிவு இருக்கு. அது போக அந்த நரம்புலயும் நீர் கோர்த்து இருக்கு. சரிங்களா? இதுக்கு வந்து மதுரையில போய் ஒரு தடவை பார்க்கணும். பெரிய டாக்டர் பார்த்துட்டு அடுத்து உங்களுக்கு என்ன பண்ணணும்ன்றத, அது போக நீர் கோர்த்திருக்கவும் செஞ்சிருக்கு. அதனால அங்க போய் உடனே பார்க்கணும். சரிங்களா?
By the time an eye doctor would have been able to see her, Santi's diabetes might have caused her to go blind. Now, with the help of new technology, it's immediate, and she can take the hour-long bus ride to Dr. Kim's clinic in Madurai for same-day treatment.
உங்க பேர் என்ன?
சாந்தி.
சாந்தி. இது பாத்தீங்கன்னா இந்த ரத்த கசிவு இருக்கு இல்லையா, இது இங்க அதே மாதிரி இந்த புள்ளி புள்ளியா இருக்கு. கண்ணு பார்க்கலாமா?
Now, thousands of patients who may have waited weeks or months to be seen can get the help they need before it's too late.
இது கொஞ்சம் அட்வான்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டேஜுக்கு போயிட்டு இருக்கு. இனிமே உங்களுக்கு 2 கண்ணுலயுமே லேசர் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட்னு ஒண்ணு பண்ண வேண்டி இருக்கும். அந்த லேசர் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட் வந்து ஒரு தடவை இல்ல, அது 2-3 தடவை பண்ண வேண்டி இருக்கும்.
தேங்க்யூ சார்.
லேசர் பெருசா வலிக்காது.
So we can go back to this slides, please. So this is a practical example of how AI is used in Madurai. This video is like 5 years ago. So now things have advanced even further. So as commerce students, there are 2 reasons you should know about this. First of all, I have no affiliations with Arvind Eye Hospital. I just wanted to show you a real example of how AI is used in clinical practice in Madurai. This was during 2020. I'll give you the link to the documentary. Do watch it fully if you're interested. முழுசா பாருங்க. இந்த டாக் முடிஞ்ச உடனே இந்த லிங்க்ஸ் எல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு நான் ஷேர் பண்றேன். ஒரு வெப் பேஜ்ல எல்லாமே இருக்கும், நீங்க பாருங்க. இந்த டயபெட்டிஸ் பத்தி எதுக்கு நான் பேசுறேன்னா, இந்த இதுல எத்தனை பேர் பேரண்ட்ஸ் இங்க டயபெட்டிக்ஸ்? யாருமே இல்லையா? So ask your parents if they're diabetics. If they are, அவங்களுக்கு டயபெட்டிஸ் இருந்ததுன்னா கட்டாயம் வருஷம் ஒரு தடவை, doesn't have to be Arvind, any hospitalல வருஷம் ஒரு தடவை ஐயை செக் பண்ணுங்க. அது ரொம்ப 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 முக்கியம். நிறைய டயபெட்டிக் பேஷண்ட்ஸ் வந்து ஐயை செக் பண்ணாம அவங்க ரெட்டினா வந்து அஃபெக்ட் ஆயிடுது இந்த மாதிரி. இதோட இந்த அல்காரிதம் கூகுள் இந்த மாதிரி இந்த யூஸ் பண்ற இந்த இமேஜ் ரெகக்னிஷன் அல்காரிதம்ஸ் பிசினஸ்லயும் the same methodology is used for AI training in other fields. சொன்ன மாதிரி போட்டோ ரெகக்னிஷன், உங்களுடைய ஒரு any social media channels uses similar algorithms of image recognition. So அதை வந்து நீங்க once you run a business, once you become an investor, நீங்க ஒரு ஸ்டார்ட் அப் ஃபண்டரா இருக்கீங்கன்னா, ஒரு காமர்ஸ் பர்சன் தான் நிறைய டைம்ல I've gone and pitched in front of people with commerce backgrounds and people with commercial backgrounds have pitched to me for businesses, for business funding. அப்படி பண்றப்போ என்ன ஆகும்னா, you need to be system aware. So உங்க ஃபீல்டு மட்டும் இல்லாம மிச்ச எல்லா ஃபீல்ட்லயும் வந்து என்னென்ன ஏஐ அப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் இருக்கு. இங்க நிறைய பேர் வந்து காமர்ஸ் பிளஸ் சிஏ கோர்ஸ் பண்றீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன், கம்ப்யூட்டர் அப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ். ஸோ உங்க ஃபீல்டு வந்து இஸ் வெரி நீஷ், வெரி வெரி ப்ராட். ஸோ த மோர் அதர் அப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் யூ ஆர் ஃபெமிலியர் வித், த மச் பெட்டர் இட் இஸ். இன்னொன்று, as I'm talking about health, உங்க பேரண்ட்ஸுக்கு யாருக்கும் வந்து இந்த கிரிப் ஸ்ட்ரென்த் நாங்கள் சொல்லுவோம். கிரிப் ஸ்ட்ரென்த்ன்றது உங்க கையை வந்து இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஃபிஸ்ட் வந்து பண்ண முடியுமா, அது ஸ்ட்ராங்கா பண்ண முடியுமா, அது வந்து 2 கையுமே ஒரு 60 years இருந்தாலும் 50 years இருந்தாலும் they're able to do it much stronger. அப்புறம் உட்கார்ந்து எந்திரிக்கணும். அது லெக் ஸ்ட்ரென்த் அண்ட் கிரிப் ஸ்ட்ரென்த், இது வந்து ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியமான இண்டிகேட்டர்ஸ் ஃபார் ஓல்ட் ஏஜ் ப்ராக்ரெஷன்ஸ். கீப் தம் ஃபிட். நம்ம இப்போ நீங்க எல்லாரும் ரொம்ப யங்கா இருக்கீங்க. ஸோ இட்ஸ் லைக் ஐம் நாட் ட்ரைங் டு அட்வைஸ் யூ ஆஃப் எனிதிங், ஐம் ஜஸ்ட் டெல்லிங் யூ ஹவு டு டேக் கேர் ஆஃப் யுவர் பேரண்ட்ஸ் இன் அ டிஃப்ரெண்ட் வே. அண்ட் AI-நால our health is actually getting down as well to a certain extent because we are using, mostly we are inactive. நம்ம யாரும் எல்லாருமே போனை தான் பார்த்துட்டு உட்காந்துட்டு இருக்கோம் most of the time. We are not moving as much, we are not playing as much. அதுவும் வந்து டயபெட்டிஸ்க்கு ஒரு ரீசன்ஸ். லைஃப் ஸ்டைல் டிசீஸ் டயபெட்டிஸ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இட்ஸ் மோர் ஆஃப் அ லைஃப் ஸ்டைல் டிசீஸ் which can be prevented, which can be managed quite well. So நான் இதெல்லாம் சொல்லிட்டேன் உங்களுக்கு, AI பத்தி அரவிந்த் பத்தி சொல்லிட்டேன். What's relevant for commerce? உங்க ஃபீல்டு மேனுஃபேக்சரிங்கா இருக்கலாம், இல்லைன்னா டெக்ஸ்டைல்ஸா இருக்கலாம். அதுக்கு உங்களுக்கு என்ன ரெலவென்ஸ் ஏஐக்கு? Can I have the number 2 video? So on AI in business, கொஞ்சம் மேல போங்க, மேல. Yeah, this one, the AI factory, please.
There are juries out there about what is AI.
AI is fundamentally a marketing term. It has become a way to unlock vast amounts of capital.
$1.5 trillion is being pumped into these large language models just to keep them learning.
With automation, 60% of the work is automated. I don't need 100 people, I need only 40 people.
I think before we talk about what is India's unique AI path, maybe we need to discuss, does India have a unique AI path? I mean, that's what India wants to tell the world, right?
We are probably the second largest AI workforce in the world today.
Any profession
where the task is well defined, those tasks will be done by AI.
While certain kinds of tech jobs may go out, there will be certain other newer kinds of tech jobs which will get created.
AI should be understood as a technology that by design concentrates power.
The resources that are being generated in the West and in China, India just doesn't have that. India is still largely the back office for the world. What will be the future of AI in India? What will it be used for? Is it exploitative? Are the people aware they might be creating data that will lead to robots replacing them? A very small town in Tamil Nadu, southern state, and we don't have a lot of jobs in these places. We visited this textile manufacturing factory in Karur. There was a station where they are stitching something, there was a station where they're folding something, there was a station where they're ironing something. And almost in all of the stations, some of the workers were wearing cameras on their foreheads. It was either a GoPro, and some of them were also wearing meta glasses.
We have 200 people and we utilize at least 60 people for the robotics area. They wear it every day, at least for 6 to 8 hours per day. They have the additional benefit of 10,000 rupees per month. இது போய்கிட்டு இருக்கு 6 மாசமா தினமும் காலையில வந்த உடனே ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ண ஆரம்பிப்போம். மிஷின் ஆன் ஆகி ரெடி ஆனோடனே ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ண ஆரம்பிப்போம். அதுக்கப்புறம் திருப்பி டீ பிரேக் அண்ட் லஞ்ச் பிரேக்ல மட்டும் கிளாஸ் ரிமூவ் பண்ணிருப்போம். மற்றபடி எல்லா நேரத்திலும் நாங்க செய்யற எல்லா வேலையும் இதுல ரெக்கார்ட் ஆக்கிட்டு இருப்போம். அப்படி நினைக்கல, ஏன்னா எல்லா இடத்துலயும் ஹியூமனுக்கான ஒரு ப்ரையாரிட்டி இருந்துகிட்டே தானே இருக்கும். ஸோ ரோபோட் இருந்தாலும் இட்ஸ் ஹெல்ப் ஃபார் ஹியூமன், நாட் ஃபார் த ஒர்க்.
It looks very dystopian to start with. Is this what humans will become? Are we training robots now? Are we the fodder for robots? I mean, it doesn't seem like a tech job, but if this camera will tomorrow train how Tesla produces a new robot, that's a tech job. But this is the bottom end of the tech job, where you are not the person who's actually producing any technology, but what you're doing is still training technology.
Objectviz started in 2019. We basically started as a data annotation company. Later we evolved into robotics, and we are right now collecting all types of data, egocentric data, gripper data, teleoperations data, all sorts of data has been collected for robotics. Basically, the egocentric data is nothing but all the day-to-day activities which a normal human being performs, right? We collect all types of household activities, living room, bedroom, kitchens, even the cleaning of bathrooms. The egocentric is purely focusing on the humanoid robots. This capture of data from A to Z is the building blocks for the actual robotics. They are expecting a 6 months volume to be generated in a single day. They are expecting around 500 millions of hours in a single day. So that's the volume they are actually expecting.
500 million hours?
Hours, single day.
So myself Dharmi, so 28 years old. I'm a teacher by profession. But after my baby was born, I was unable to continue with the job. Then they understand the process actually. I'm just capturing my day-to-day activity, right? Like folding the clothes, like brooming the house, and cleaning the bookshelf, or cleaning my kids' toys, washing the vessels. For 3 hours, they will be paying 1,000 rupees. I used to wear this for 6 to 7 hours because I have to cover up the activities. So from that, I'm earning, right? If you see in the startup companies as well as in the multinational companies, if you see a lot of companies have laid off a lot of workers actually due to this AI. A lot of my friends and my relatives also got laid off from their jobs. As of now, my job is really safe because we are just training that. So until the model get trained, robots cannot take our work, I believe.
You have to understand, for a robot to know that this is a cup, San Francisco officers don't train the robot to do that. It's people sitting in small town India.
The fact that we have 1.5 billion people who can generate data is both good and bad.
This kind of data work to me provokes that fundamental question, which is, this is a supply chain which is extractive by design.
If you're paying a price and some...
Yeah, so அது பாசிட்டிவா நெகட்டிவா இந்த ஃபுல் வீடியோ இருக்கு, நீங்க ஃபுல்லா எடுத்து பார்த்துக்கோங்க. இது கரூர்ல இப்ப நடந்துகிட்டு இருக்க விஷயம். contemporary life. By the time you graduate, there will be more. இப்போ மற்ற எல்லா ஃபீல்டை விட AI field is actually exponentially progressing. Exponentially progressingனா இட்ஸ் லைக் ஒரு ப்ரீவியஸ்லி டெக்னாலஜி கம்ப்யூட்டர் டெக்னாலஜி வந்து ஒரு 6 monthsக்கு ஒரு சைக்கிள் இருக்கும். இப்போ அப்படி இல்லை. இப்போ the larger the processing ability, the larger the scale, the larger the volume, the larger the data, things வந்து ரொம்ப ஃபாஸ்டா ஸ்கேல் அப் ஆகுது. ஸோ இதெல்லாம் உங்களை பயமுறுத்துறதுக்கு காட்டல, வேலை இல்லை. ஸோ யூ ஷுட் பி அவேர் ஆஃப் தீஸ் சிஸ்டம்ஸ். And I'll let you decide. I'm not going to tell you this is positive with the negative. My job is to show you what is out there in the market, what is out there in health relevant to Madurai, what is out there in the industry which is relevant to Madurai. So அதை நீங்க பாருங்க. இது நெகட்டிவ் பாசிட்டிவ்ஸ்ன்றதை விட உங்க ரெலவெண்டான ஃபீல்ட். இப்போ மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் யூ வுட் பி இன்ட்ரெஸ்டட் இன் கண்டென்ட் ஜென்ரேஷன், ஒரு யூடியூபோ இன்ஸ்டாகிராமோ. ப்ராக்டிக்கலி மதுரையில் பார்த்தா ஒருத்தரே 4 சேனல் வச்சிருக்காங்க. மைக்ரோ சேனலா இருக்கலாம், யூடியூப் சேனலா இருக்கலாம், குக்கிங் சேனலா இருக்கலாம், ஃபுட் ரிவ்யூ சேனலா இருக்கலாம். பட் look beyond the noise. Sometimes as humans we are very much driven by what our contemporaries do. நம்ம ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் என்ன பண்றாங்க, நம்மளுடைய டியர் அண்ட் நியர் என்ன பண்றாங்க, ரிலேட்டிவ்ஸ் என்ன பண்றாங்க, கம்பேரிட்டிவ்ல போயிட்டே இருப்போம். அந்த நாய்ஸ்ல இருந்து take a step back and be aware of it. I'm just going to give you one more example of how to AI வந்து advertising field எப்படி யூஸ் பண்றதுன்னு பார்க்கலாம். which would be, I think there are some Viscom students here as well, I believe. So advertisingல AI வந்து relevant to kind of it's already used. I think some of you may already know, but I'd like to kind of show what one company has used AI for. அதோட அதை இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ண ஏஜென்சி is explaining how அவங்க எப்படி பண்ணாங்கன்ற எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்றாங்க. அதை ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பார்க்கலாம். நெக்ஸ்ட் வீடியோ ப்ளீஸ். Come back here. So can you go up in AI in business? AI in business. Yeah. Can you go up? Third column, AI in business. No, the next one. Yeah. Can you go up? No. Yeah. Keep going. The first one, please. Yeah.
We were commissioned by Sri Krishna Sweets to work on a campaign for the festival Krishna Jayanti that's widely celebrated in India. With the story first. So this had to have a very strong association with Lord Krishna. Stories that had a very strong tie of Lord Krishna with sweets. Our writer used ChatGPT to make a very concise story that can be adapted to a very ultra realistic setting. The next step of the process was bringing in the cultural specificity of Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna is associated with a feather on his crown. He plays the musical instrument flute, and often in paintings you could see him sitting on a swing, swaying while he plays the flute. So our cinematographer, he used Higgsfield Cinema Studio to capture the swaying motion of a swing. Our creatives worked on the music using 11 labs. The prompts included inspiration from the Carnatic music and a certain raga from it, which was called Natukuranji, which dotes on playfulness, which is again strongly associated with Lord Krishna and the story. The musical instrument that can be used to deliver this soundtrack was flute, of course. We arrived at this very beautiful soundtrack that really tied the whole film together.
The next video, please. Can I go back to the slides, please? Yeah, again, I'm not endorsing Sri Krishna Sweets. I'm nowhere related to them. But the reason I'm showing this to you is like, முன்னாடிலாம் அட்வர்டைசிங் கம்பெனின்னு எடுத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு கிரியேட்டிவ் டைரக்டர், ஒரு ஸ்டுடியோ, ஒரு கேமராமேன், ஒரு சவுண்ட் ரெக்கார்டிஸ்ட், ஒரு மியூசிக் டைரக்டர், ஏஆர் ரஹ்மான் வாஸ் ஒன், ஒரு மியூசிக் டைரக்டர், அதுக்கப்புறம் ஒரு எடிட்டர், அதுக்கப்புறம் ஆக்டர்ஸ், அதுக்கப்புறம் மேக்கப் ஆர்டிஸ்ட், அதுக்கப்புறம் லைட் டெக்னீஷியன். இதெல்லாம் ஃபீல்டு நான் சொல்றேன். இது எல்லாமே வந்து ஒரே ஒரு 2 பேர் 3 பேர் சேர்ந்து இதை பண்ணிருக்காங்க. இப்போ கிருஷ்ணர் வந்து ரியல் கிடையாது, மியூசிக் ரியல் கிடையாது. So she also tells about Higgsfields யூஸ் பண்ணதா இருக்கட்டும், ChatGPT யூஸ் பண்ணதா இருக்கட்டும், the marketing strategy இருக்கட்டும். But some of you might use AI for marketing strategy, which I wouldn't advise. Always, இப்போ இந்த லெக்சருக்கு நான் AI யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்கேன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னா, yes I did, but not to design my lecture. இது நான் கொடுக்குற லெக்சர் வந்து என்னோட பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் வியூ. நான் இந்த இமேஜஸ் கிரியேட் பண்றதுக்கும், நான் இந்த எப்படி சொல்ல, என்னுடைய ஒரு சில விஷுவல் இது, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் அந்த பைப்பர் அந்த மாதிரி இமேஜஸ் நான் ஏஐல கிரியேட் பண்ணேன். அந்த ப்ராம்ப்டும் நான் kind of யூஸ் பண்ணேன். நான் சில இதில் சொல்றேன் உங்களுக்கு. பட் எசென்ஷியலி ஏஐ இஸ் லைக் ஒரு முன்னாடி வந்து ஒரு நிறைய விஷயங்கள் தேவைப்படுச்சு. இப்போ நீங்க கையில கேமரா வச்சிருக்கீங்க, முன்னாடி வந்து now you can shoot, edit a movie immediately. It was unthinkable. 1980s, 1990s, even 2000s. You can't even think of producing a movie or going on YouTube. Didn't exist at that time. So it has become more of a democratic platform. The மாதிரி AI tools, but use it in the way you want it to be used. உங்களுக்கு என்ன தேவைன்றத பாருங்க, அது உங்களுக்கு எப்படி யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருக்குன்றத பார்த்து யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கோங்க அதுக்கேற்ற மாதிரி. Moving on. So AI slop. நிறைய இது ஆன்லைன்ல இருக்கலாம், நிறைய வீடியோஸ் இருக்கு, ரீல்ஸ் நிறைய வருது, நிறைய ரீல்ஸ் வந்து ஏஐ ஜெனரேட்டட் கண்டென்ட். ஸோ அதுக்கான அஃபிஷியல் டேர்ம் வந்து ஏஐ ஸ்லாப், லோ குவாலிட்டி மாஸ் ப்ரொடியூஸ்ட். இது வந்து வீடியோஸா இருக்கலாம், இமேஜஸா இருக்கலாம், இல்லைன்னா வந்து சோஷியல் மீடியா போஸ்டா இருக்கலாம். ஸோ நிறைய எலெக்ஷன் இயரிங்கும் இருக்கு, நிறைய எலெக்ஷன் டைம்ஸ்ல இருக்கலாம், கேம்பெயின்ல. இது நான் இந்தியா மட்டும் பேசல, யூகேல இருக்கலாம், யூஎஸ்ல இருக்கலாம். இந்த ஏஐ ஸ்லாப் யூஸ் பண்ணி ஒருத்தவங்களோட ஒரு இமேஜை வந்து குறைக்கவும் செய்யலாம், இன்க்ரீஸும் பண்ணலாம். ஸோ பி வெரி அவேர் ஆஃப். ஒரு கண்டென்ட் நீங்க படிச்சீங்கன்னா, ஒரு சின்ன எக்ஸாம்பிள் கொடுக்கணும்னா, என்னுடைய பெஸ்ட் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப் இருக்கு. நான் ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட இதை எழுதி அனுப்பிச்சேன். என்னோட இன்னொரு ஃப்ரெண்ட் வந்து அவர் போட்டிருந்தாரு, பரவாயில்லையா ChatGPT நல்லா யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன்னு எழுதியிருந்தாரு. இப்போ நான் சொந்தமா யோசிச்சு எழுதுனதே வந்து அவர் ChatGPT நான் பண்ணிருக்கேன்னு நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்காரு. So there is no distinction. That is actually it's a funny as well as a dangerous precedent. Originality ku enga value na, being human, like the ability for you to distinguish between what is human, what is AI generated would be very very helpful. And always have a critical mindset. எடுத்த உடனே மின்னுவதெல்லாம் பொண்ணலன்ற மாதிரி பார்த்த உடனே எல்லாம் நம்பிடாதீங்க. So always take a step back. இது யார் போட்டிருக்கா, எப்படி போட்டிருக்காங்க, இது ஏன் இமேஜரிக்கான இது இருக்கா, ட்ரேஸ் இருக்கா அப்படின்னு பாருங்க. Have some reflection on what you see. பயஸ்ன்றது என்ன சொல்லலாம்? நான் ஏற்கனவே சொன்ன மாதிரி வெள்ளையாக்குறவன் பொய் சொல்ல மாட்டான்டான்ற லாஜிக் தான் இது பயஸ்ன்றது. ஸோ இட்ஸ் லைக் இது வந்து ரொம்ப ரொம்ப சீரியஸ் ப்ராப்ளம். மெடிசனா இருக்கட்டும், பிசினஸ் டெசிஷன்ஸுக்கும் இது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப சீரியஸ் ப்ராப்ளம். ஏன்னா எனி சிஸ்டம் டிசைன் பை அ ஹியூமன் வில் ஹாவ் பயஸ். இல்லை நிறைய டைப்ஸ் ஆஃப் பயஸ் இருக்கு. ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா சொல்லணும்னா, இப்போ நான் வந்து ஒரு சிஸ்டம் ட்ரெயின் பண்றேன். ஹூ இஸ் அ பிசிசிஸ்ட், நல்லா படிச்ச பிசிக்ஸ் சயின்டிஸ்ட் யாருன்னு நான் ட்ரெயின் பண்றேன். அப்புறம் நான் ஏஐ கிட்ட கேட்கறேன், give me an example of a physicist. By internet பேஸ் பண்ணி நான் கேட்கறேன். AI might show me an old kind of person wearing a suit, preferably from Europe. ஆனா பிசிசிஸ்ட் வந்து லேடிஸ் நிறைய பேர் இருக்காங்க. மரி கியூரி டைரக்டா காட்டாது. மரி கியூரி அவங்க வந்து ஷீஸ் ஆல்சோ பிசிசிஸ்ட், கெமிஸ்ட், அவங்கள காட்டாது ஆக்சுவலா. ஏன்னா அது வந்து AI thinks that most of the physicists could be men. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஜெண்டர் பயஸ் இருக்க வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு ஏஐக்கு. அதே மாதிரி சிஸ்டம் பயஸும் இருக்கு ஏஐக்கு. மெடிக்கல் ஃபீல்டை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் எங்களுக்கு என்ன பெரிய சேலஞ்சுனா, இப்போ நீங்க ஒரு பேஷண்ட் டேட்டா எடுக்கிறீங்க, நீங்க ட்வின்ஸ் எடுத்தா கூட, நான் முன்னாடி ஹண்டிங்டன்ஸ் டிசீஸ்னு ஒரு வியாதியை சொன்னேன், அதுல ஒரு ட்வின்ஸா இருந்தா கூட அவங்களுடைய ஒரே ஜெனட்டிக் மெட்டீரியல் இருந்தா கூட ஒரு மருந்து அதே மாதிரி இன்னொருத்தவங்கிட்ட வேலை செய்யாது. ஸோ அந்த சேலஞ்ச் இருக்கு. ஸோ இவங்களுக்கு வேலை செய்யுதுன்னு நினைச்சு அதே பிரிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன் கொடுக்க முடியாது. So that we need to have a discretion or a rational judgment இருக்கணும். That's where your experience as a human comes in. So be aware of AI bias. Every time some, for example, இப்போ ரீசெண்டா வந்து I don't want to give examples, பட் ஒரு பொலிட்டிக்ஸ்ல நிறைய எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸ் இருக்கு. யாரோ வந்து வேற லாங்குவேஜ்ல பேசுற மாதிரி இருக்கும் வீடியோஸ், இல்லைன்னா லஞ்ச் சாப்பிட்ற மாதிரி வீடியோஸ் இருக்கும், or whatever. Like there are plenty of AI generated content which is out there. But ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பார்க்குறப்போ இது உண்மையை மாதிரியே இருக்கும். பட் யூ ஹேவ் டு டேக் அ ஸ்டெப் பேக் அண்ட் சி இது உண்மையிலே நம்ம ஒரு இம்பல்சிவா ஐயோ அப்படின்னு ரியாக்ட் பண்ணுவோம். அப்படியெல்லாம் பண்ணாம டேக் இட் பேக் அண்ட் கோ த்ரூ தட். அகைன் ஏஐ சிர்கம்ஃபரன்சிங், இந்த ஜோக் நீங்க இதுல பார்த்துருப்பீங்க. இந்த விஜயகாந்த், கேப்டன் விஜயகாந்த் அவர் கேட்பாரு, உங்களை மாதிரி நல்லவங்க யாருமே இல்லைங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாரு. ஒருத்தர் வந்து திரும்ப ஒருத்தர் சொல்லு, உங்களை மாதிரி நல்லவங்க யாருமே இல்லைங்கம்பாரு. மறுபடி சொல்லு, உங்களை மாதிரி நல்லவங்க யாருமே இல்லைங்கன்னு. ஸோ எசென்ஷியலி ஏஐ சிர்கம்ஃபரன்சிங்னா இதுதான். ஸோ இவர் தான் வந்து ஏஐ, அந்த புவர் மேன் இஸ் ஏஐ. விஜயகாந்த், கேப்டன் விஜயகாந்த் தான் நம்ம. ஸோ நம்ம திரும்ப கேட்கிறோம் ஏஐ சிஸ்டம்ல டெல். ஸோ தி சிஸ்டம் ட்ரெயின்ஸ் யூ, உங்களுக்கு பிடிச்ச விஷயங்களை அது மறுபடியும் சொல்லுது. ஸோ ட்ரெயின் யுவர் இண்டிவிஜுவல் ஏஐ. இப்போ நீங்க நிறைய பேர் இப்போ சாட் ஜிபிடி கையில வச்சிருக்கலாம். உங்க சாட் ஜிபிடில செட்டிங்ஸ் நீங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் எடுத்து பாருங்க. உங்க செட்டிங்ஸ்ல வந்து are you training the data, are you giving training data to the companyன்றத பாருங்க. Because நீங்க ஃப்ரீயா யூஸ் பண்றீங்க, பட் your data is actually feeding the company quite well. ஸோ என்னோட ட்ரைனிங் டேட்டா வந்து இட் ஹஸ் பீன் டர்ன்ட் ஆஃப். என்னோட ப்ரிவசி கண்ட்ரோல், ஒரு ஏஐ பிளாட்ஃபார்முக்கும் ப்ரிவசி கண்ட்ரோல்ஸ் இருக்கும். யூ கேன் ஆக்சுவலி டர்ன் இட் ஆஃப். டோன்ட் ஷேர் மை டேட்டா வித் த கம்பெனின்ற மாதிரி நீங்க சொல்லலாம். இன்னொன்று, நிறைய சாட்ஸ் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இட் கேன் பி பப்ளிக்லி ஷேர்டு. நீங்க வந்து ஒரு நார்மல் சாட்னு நினைச்சு நீங்க பண்றத அதர் பீப்புள் கேன் ஈஸிலி ஆக்சஸ் அஸ் வெல். So as ladies or even anyone, young persons, they need to be very careful what they post, especially about emotional problems or very sensitive issues. I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just telling you the consequences of some actions. And the AI sycophancy is like, it's one of the major things which is influencing behavior. நான் ஒழுங்கா தான் இருக்கேன், நான் இது உங்களுக்குலாம் ஒன்றும் தெரியாது, இந்த கம்ப்யூட்டரே சொல்லிருச்சுன்ற மாதிரி ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா we've been starting to think. அகைன் இந்த இமேஜ்ல ஏதாவது ஒரு டிஸ்கிரிபன்சி இருக்குங்களா? ஏதாவது மிஸ்டேக் இருக்குங்களா? எனி அப்சர்வேஷன்ஸ், எனி மிஸ்டேக்ஸ் இன் திஸ் இமேஜ்? அகைன் நான் கான்செப்டா கேட்கல, ஜென்ரலா ஏதாவது ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்கா இந்த இமேஜ்ல? இட் இஸ் ஜஸ்ட் லைக் எல்லாரும் நம்ம வெளியில போனாலும் இதான் பார்க்க போறீங்க, இங்கேயும் பார்க்கலாம், எல்லாரும் போன்லயே பார்த்துட்டு இருப்பீங்க. பட் அங்க ஒருத்தர் பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு வேஷ்டி பாத்தீங்கன்னா பேண்ட் மாதிரியே இருக்கும் கீழே. ஸோ அது இல்லாத ஒண்ணு ஏஐ கிரியேட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். இந்த ரைட் கார்னர்ல கீழே பாத்தீங்கன்னா, ஸோ இந்த இதுல சாரி த கிளிக்கர் இஸ் ஸோ ஃபர்தர் ரைட், அந்த ப்ளூ சட்டை போட்டிருக்காருல்ல, ப்ளூ சட்டைக்காரர் கால் அவர் பேண்ட் போட்டிருக்காரா வேஷ்டி கட்டிருக்காருன்னு தெரியாது. என்னோட ப்ராம்ப்ட்ல வந்து நான் வந்து பேண்டா வேஷ்டியாலாம் சொல்லலை, இதுவே ஒன்று புதுசா கிரியேட் பண்ணுது, புது ஃபேஷன் மாதிரி. அது வேணும்னு தான் விட்டேன் ஆக்சுவலா. ஐ டென்ட் ரிமூவ் இட் பிகாஸ் தீஸ் திங்ஸ் கேன் ஈஸிலி ஹேப்பன். ஒரு லார்ஜ் பிக்சரோ இமேஜோ இல்லைன்னா ஒரு லார்ஜ் ப்ராஜெக்ட் ஒர்க் நீங்க வச்சு பண்றீங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க, உங்களுக்கு தெரியாம நிறைய இந்த மாதிரி built in biases அதே உள்ள இருக்கும். That's why I'm showing it again. Yeah, coming back. So நீங்க என்ன செய்யலாம்? So உங்களோட ஃபீல்ட் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட், பிசினஸ் அண்ட் ஃபினான்ஸ், டாப்ல இருந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா தெரியும் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட், பிசினஸ் அண்ட் ஃபினான்ஸ், இதெல்லாம் வந்து ஏஐயோட பெனிட்ரேஷன் ரொம்ப ஜாஸ்தி இருக்கும், இருந்துட்டு இருக்கு இப்போ. ஸோ அதை வந்து நீங்க how can you be competitive? என்ன செய்யலாம் நீங்க? ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் பி சிஸ்டம் அவேர். ஒரு ஏஐ வந்து என்ன பண்ணுது, உங்க ஜாப் எப்படி, உங்களுக்கு என்ன ஸ்பெஷல் ஸ்கில்ஸ் இருக்கு. இப்போ நீங்க ஒரு பிகாம் முடிக்கலாம், ஒரு பிகாம் முடிச்சு ஒரு சிவி மட்டும் அப்ளை பண்ணாம நீங்க ஒரு கோர்ஸ் பண்றீங்க, ஒரு ஏஐ கோர்ஸ் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க, ஒரு சர்டிபிகேஷன் பண்ணிருக்கீங்கன்னா மட்டும் பத்தாது. ரியல் ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ் பண்ணுங்க. ரியல் ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ்னா நீங்க பணம் ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணி பண்ணணும்னு தேவை கிடையாது, எல்லா சாஃப்ட்வேரும் ஆன்லைன்ல இருக்கு. கிட்ஹப் கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களா? கிட்ஹப், GITHUB, கிட்ஹப். அதுல நீங்க என்ன ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ் பண்றீங்களோ அப்லோட் பண்ணி வைக்கலாம் for people to see. நீங்க ஒரு சிம்பிள் ட்ரைனிங் அல்காரிதம் பண்ணலாம். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஒரு பிசினஸ் சார்ட் கிரியேட்டர் பண்ணலாம், இல்லைன்னா பிசினஸ் ஃபீசிபிலிட்டி செக்கர் கிரியேட் பண்ணலாம், இல்லைன்னா ஒரு சின்ன பாட் கிரியேட் பண்ணலாம். அதை கிட்ஹப்ல லோட் பண்ணி வைங்க. நீங்க சிவி பண்றப்பவே வந்து become graduate with AI certification with practical experience in these projects அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா you'll become more employable. No, what is AI today? Tomorrow it may be redundant. நாளைக்கு வேற சிஸ்டம்ஸ் வரலாம், வேற ஃபீல்டு வரலாம். ஸோ அதனால கீப் யுவர் செல்ஃப் அப்டேட்டட்னா நீங்க புதுசா அப்ளிகேஷன் கத்துக்கிறதுன்னு இல்லை, கான்செப்ட்ஸ் நல்லா கத்துக்கோங்க, ஸ்ட்ராங்கா கத்துக்கோங்க. இது இந்த ராக்கெட் லான்ச் யாராவது பாத்தீங்களா ரீசெண்டா? India's first private rocket launch, Vikram 1. இது ஸ்ரீஹரிகோட்டால இருந்து ரொம்ப லோ காஸ்ட்ல ஒரு பிரைவேட் கம்பெனி லான்ச் பண்ணாங்க. 2 ஃபார்மர் இஸ்ரோ சயின்டிஸ்ட் சேர்ந்து லான்ச் பண்ணாங்க. இதுக்கும் ஏக்கு என்ன லிங்க் இருக்கு? நான் ஏற்கனவே உங்கள்ட்ட சொல்லியிருக்கேன், இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு டேட்டா சென்டர்ஸ் நான் சொன்னேன் பார்த்தீங்களா. டேட்டா சென்டர்ஸ்ன்றது நீங்க சேவ் பண்ற எல்லா டேட்டா, இந்த போட்டோஸ், இந்த வீடியோஸ், இந்த ரீல்ஸ் எல்லாமே இட் ஹாஸ் டு பி ஸ்டோர்ட் சம்வேர் அதர் than your phone. கிளவுட் டேட்டா ஸ்டோரேஜ். அது இப்போ இந்தியாவில் வைக்கணும்னா ஒன்று நல்ல கரண்ட் சப்ளை வேணும், ரெண்டாவது தண்ணி சப்ளை வேணும், அதை கூல் பண்ணிட்டே இருக்கணும் சிஸ்டம்ஸை, மூணாவது அதுக்கு அதை மெயின்டைன் பண்ற கிரிட் மெயின்டெனன்ஸும் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப செலவு ஜாஸ்தி. பட் இந்த சென்டரை நீங்க ஸ்பேஸ்ல வைக்கலாம். ஸ்பேஸ்ல வச்சா என்ன ஆகும்னா, நீங்க ஒரு சீரீஸ் ஆஃப் சேட்டலைட்ஸ் அனுப்பிச்சு அசம்பிள் பண்ணிக்கலாம் ஒரு ஃபேக்டரி, ஒரு சென்டர் மேல. ஸோ அது சோலார் எனர்ஜி அங்க இருக்கு, ஃப்ரீ. ஸோ இன்னொன்று அங்க கூல் அட்மாஸ்பியர் கம்பேரிட்டிவ்லி கம்பேர்ட் டு எர்த். ஸோ அதனால இன்னொன்று டைரக்ட் டிரான்ஸ்மிஷன், ஃபாஸ்ட் சேட்டலைட் லிங்கிங் இருக்கும் உங்க டேட்டா அனுப்புறதுக்கு. இன்னொன்று அந்த டேட்டா சென்டரே will act as a satellite. இது அவங்களோட நெக்ஸ்ட் பிளான். இது குலசேகரப்பட்டினத்திலிருந்து விடலாம். குலசேகரப்பட்டினம்ன்றது இங்கேருந்து ரொம்ப தூரம் இல்லை. ஸோ இன்னொன்று ஸ்பேஸ்ன்றது வெறுமன சயின்டிஸ்ட் சம்பந்தப்பட்ட விஷயமும் கிடையாது. ஸ்பேஸ் இஸ் a big கமர்ஷியல் மார்க்கெட். அட்லீஸ்ட் ஒரு 2 trillion மேல போகக்கூடிய வாய்ப்பு இருக்கக்கூடிய மார்க்கெட். இந்தியா ஒன் ஆஃப் தேர்ட் கண்ட்ரீஸ் விச் கேன் டூ பிரைவேட் ஸ்பேஸ் லான்ச்சஸ். ஸோ அடுத்து இன்னொரு கம்பெனி வரப்போகுது, அக்னிகூல்னு ஒரு கம்பெனி விச் இஸ் கோயிங் டு ஸ்டார்ட் லான்ச்சிங் சம்வேர் இன், நம்ம தமிழ் கம்பெனி தான், தமிழ் சிஓ தான் அவர் லான்ச் பண்ண போறாரு டிசம்பருக்குள்ள. ஸோ பை த டைம் யூ கிராஜுவேட் தேர் குட் பி கம்பெனிஸ் விச் வில் பி டூயிங் ஏஐ பிஸ்னஸ் யூசிங் சேட்டலைட்ஸ். ஸோ அதுக்கு நீங்க ப்ரிப்பேர் ஆயிக்கோங்க. அதுக்கு என்ன கமர்ஷியல் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டிஸ் இருக்கு. இந்த ஸ்பேஸ் கிளஸ்டர்ஸ் இட்ஸ் a very niche field. அதுல சேட்டலைட் டேட்டா விற்கிறதா இருக்கட்டும், எவ்ரி திங் இஸ் வெரி கமர்ஷியல். ஒரு ரியல் எஸ்டேட், ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நீங்க லூனார் ஹோட்டல்ஸ் பில்ட் பண்றதா இருக்கட்டும், மார்ஸ்க்கு போறதா இருக்கட்டும், இட்ஸ் ஆல் கோயிங் டு பி குவைட் ரியலிஸ்டிக் வித் இன் யுவர் லைஃப் டைம். ஸோ ஒரு கன்வென்ஷனல் ஃபீல்ட்ஸை விட ஐம் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் பாயிண்டிங் யூ டு ஃபீல்ட்ஸ் பியாண்ட் ஃபினான்ஸ் அவைலபிள் டு யூ. இது ஃபினான்ஸ் மட்டும், ஒரு பிஸ்னஸ் அனலிட்டிக்ஸ் மட்டும் இல்லாம, ஒரு கார்பரேட் ஜாப் இல்லாம இந்த இதுவும் பாருங்க. இல்ல ராக்கெட் சயின்ஸ்லாம் வேண்டாம், பெட்டிக்கடை தான் அப்படின்னா, பெட்டிக்கடை இஸ் லைக், எதுக்கு நான் பெட்டிக்கடை சொல்லணும்னா இதான் சொல்லல, வசதி தான் சொல்றேன். மதுரையை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் இட்ஸ் a very இன்டர்டிபெண்டன்ட் எக்கானமி. இப்ப நீங்க மேனேஜ்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் சிஸ்டம்ஸ் பண்ணுவீங்க, ஒரு டேட்டா பேஸ் வச்சு எல்லாம் ட்ராக் பண்ணுவீங்க. ரிலையன்ஸ்ல வாங்குறீங்களோ இல்லைன்னா சூப்பர் மார்க்கெட்ல எந்த ஜாமான் வாங்கினாலும் ஒரு இது இருக்கும், ஒரு ஸ்கேன் பண்றாரு, கியூஆர் கோட் ஸ்கேன் பண்ணுவாரு, ஒரு இன்வென்ட்ரியில உங்களுக்கு லிஸ்ட் ஆகும், சேல்ஸ் உங்களுக்கு வரிசையா வந்துகிட்டே இருக்கு. அப்புறம் எண்ட் ஆஃப் த டே ப்ராஃபிட் எவ்வளவு, மார்ஜின்ஸ் எவ்வளவுன்றதை நீங்க அனலைஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். பட் எந்த மளிகை கடையில அது இருக்காது. ஏன்னா தேவை இல்லை. ஏன்னா அந்த அண்ணாச்சிக்கோ அந்த முதலாளிக்கோ அவருக்கு எல்லாமே தெரியும். ஆக்சுவலா அவர் தான் இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் சிஸ்டம். ஆனா அவர் என்ன பண்ணுவாருன்னா, சில பொருள் வாங்கி சிலது வேஸ்டா போகும். நீங்க ஒரு ப்ராஜெக்டா எடுத்து நீங்க ஏஐ டூல்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணலாம், இல்லைன்னா சிம்பிள் டூல்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். இப்போ தீபாவளி டயத்துல எது ஜாஸ்தி போகும் இந்த வருஷம் ப்ரெடிக்ட் பண்ணி இன்வென்ட்ரி கண்ட்ரோல் செய்யலாம். ஸோ நிறைய மைக்ரோ பிஸ்னஸஸ்க்கு ஏஐ வில் பி ஆஃப் ஹியூஜ் பெனிஃபிட். அதை இப்போ ஒரு சின்ன எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்லணும்னா, மொய் வைக்கிறதுக்கு சாஃப்ட்வேர் இருக்கு மதுரையில். யாராவது யோசிச்சு பார்த்துருப்பாமா மொய் வைக்கிறதுக்கு சாஃப்ட்வேர் இருக்கு மதுரையில் என்ன? ஸோ அது ஒரு யூனிக்கான, த மார்க்கெட் கிரியேட்ஸ் இட்செல்ஃப் when there is no need sometimes. அது மாதிரி நீங்க ஏஐ உங்களோட பிசினஸ் ஐடியாஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணுங்க. நீங்க பிகாம் முடிச்சுதான் பிசினஸ் பண்ணணும் அவசியம் கிடையாது. ஒரு பிசினஸ் ஐடியா நீங்க டைரக்டா முதலீடு போட்டு ஆரம்பிக்கணும்னு அவசியம் கிடையாது. இந்த ஐடியாவை டெஸ்ட் பண்ணுங்க, ஸ்ட்ரென்த் டெஸ்டிங் பண்ணுங்க. நான் ஒரு கம்பெனி ஆரம்பிக்க போறேன், கம்பெனினா ஒரு 5,000 rupees இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் எனக்கு. இதுல நான் ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு ஃபிளார் பிசினஸோ இல்லைன்னா வாட் எவர் யூர் இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட், சின்ன பிசினஸ் பண்ண போறேன், இதுக்கு ஒரு ப்ராஜெக்ட் பிளான் எழுதி கொடுன்னு கேளுங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் அதை கைட் பண்ணுங்க, இல்ல நீ சொல்றது தப்பு ரைட்டுன்னு. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு திங்கிங், ஒரு பிசினஸ் திங்கரா யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. நான் இன்னொரு ரிசர்ச் ஷேர் பண்றேன், ஹவு டு பில்ட் த செகண்ட் பிரெயின் யூசிங் ஏஐன்னு இருக்கு. உங்க பிசினஸுக்கு தேவையான ஒரு பாட்டை நீங்க கிரியேட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். அதை ஐ வில் ஷோ யூ லேட்டர். ஐ மீன் at the end of the lecture I will show you that resource. So AI is not just about the sugar மாதிரி நினைச்சுக்கோங்களேன். சுகர்னா வியாதி சுகர் சொல்லல, சக்கரை, நாட்டு சக்கரைன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்களேன். நாட்டு சக்கரை நீங்க எல்லாத்துக்கும் பயன்படுத்தலாம், டீக்கு போடலாம், கஷாயம் லேக்கியம் வைக்கலாம், எதுனாலும் செய்யலாம். பட் அதிகமா போச்சுன்னா டேஞ்சர். சில பேருக்கு அது கம்பல்சரி தேவை. சுகர் இஸ் நீடட். சுகர்ன்றது ஒரு மாலிக்யூல். இட் இஸ் நீடட் ஃபார் பை த பாடி இன் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் டைமென்ஷன்ஸ். ஏஐ சுகர் மாதிரி யூஸ் பண்ணுங்க. அது வந்து எங்க தேவையோ அங்க யூஸ் பண்ணுங்க. எங்க நாட் எவ்ரிதிங் ஹேஸ் டு பி யூஸ்ட் வித் ஏஐ. எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஏஐ, நம்மளுக்கு ரியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ் இருக்கு, அதை யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். தட் வில் பி மச் மச் பெட்டர் ஐ திங்க். ஸோ இவங்க யாரும் தெரியுங்களா? எனி ஐடியாஸ்? போட்டோ அவ்வளோவா கிளியரா இல்லை, பட் எனி ஐடியா? ஷி இஸ் a செஸ் பிளேயர். ஸோ ஷி இஸ் ஜூடித் போல்கார், the world number 1 chess playing queen of chess. அந்த அம்மா பத்தி நெட்ஃபிளிக்ஸ் டாக்குமெண்ட்ரி இருக்கு. இந்தியா நிறைய தடவை வந்திருக்காங்க. ஆனந்தோட நிறைய, விஸ்வநாதன் ஆனந்தோட நிறைய தடவை ஒர்க் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. ஸோ இவங்க வந்து ஒரு நிறைய பேரை கதற ஓட விட்டாங்க. நிறைய grown men cried literally because she said at one time women were not allowed to compete with men. கிராண்ட் மாஸ்டர் லெவல்ல கம்பீட் பண்ண விட மாட்டாங்க. இவங்க சிஸ்டர் சூசன் போல்கார். ஸோ இவங்க ஹிஸ்டரி கொஞ்சம் எடுத்து பாருங்க. எதுக்கு இவங்க போட்டோ நான் போட்டிருக்கேன்னா, இவங்களை 2017 அப்போ நான் மீட் பண்றப்போ ஏஐ பத்தி தான் நான் பேசிட்டு இருந்தேன் அவங்க கிட்ட. நான் அவங்ககிட்ட கேட்டேன், நம்ம அந்த ஏஐ வர்றதுனால நம்மளோட ரியல் ஸ்கில்ஸ் கம்மி ஆகிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஹேண்ட் ரைட்டிங் ஸ்கில்ஸா இருக்கலாம், பெயிண்டிங் ஸ்கில்ஸா இருக்கலாம், யோசிக்கிற கெப்பாசிட்டியா இருக்கலாம். பட் ஹர் பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் வியூ வாஸ் லைக், ட்ரை நாட் டு ப்ரெடிக்ட் த ஃபியூச்சர், லிவ் த பிரசன்ட் அண்ட் கேரி ஆன் இம்ப்ரூவிங் த கரண்ட் ஸ்கில் அப்படின்னாங்க. அவங்க சொன்னதை ரிப்பீட் பண்றேன். ஸோ ஐ ஜஸ்ட் வாண்ட் டு கைண்ட் ஆஃப் carry that forward for you, like live in the present, try not to predict, but motivate yourself to learn as you go and keep learning. So கடைசில சொன்னோன்னா, எப்பொருள் யார் யார் வாய் கேட்பிடும் அப்பொருள் மெய்ப்பொருள் காண்பது அறிவு. ஸோ இது ஏஐக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப பொருத்தமான குரல் இது. ஸோ நீங்க வந்து ஒரு விஷயம் யார் சொன்னாலும் எதுக்கு சொல்றாங்க, ஏன் சொல்றாங்க, எப்படி சொல்றாங்கன்றதை கொஞ்சம் பாருங்க. So be system aware, be very bias aware. So இந்த ரிசோர்ஸ் தான் உங்களுக்கு நான் ஷேர் பண்ண போறேன். இது வந்து ஒரு வெப்சைட். இது வந்து I would give access to only people, நீங்க யாரெல்லாம் இங்க வந்திருக்கீங்களோ அவங்க மட்டும் இதை ஆக்சஸ் பண்ணலாம். ஸோ அதுக்கான வெப்சைட் நான் கொடுக்குறேன், அதை நீங்க ஆக்சஸ் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. ஸோ நான் இந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இந்த வந்து ஒரு ஃப்ரீ கோர்ஸ். இது ஆக்சுவலா கவர்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் இந்தியா ரெகக்னைஸ்ட் ஃப்ரீ சர்டிஃபிகேட் கோர்ஸ். த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆன் டாப் அந்த லிங்க், அது தமிழ்லயும் இருக்கு அந்த கோர்ஸ். So it is not just about English, தமிழ்ல இருக்கு, ஹிந்தில இருக்கு, any language you want to do for free, அதை நீங்க பண்ணிக்கலாம். அதை தவிர ஏஐ ஹாலுசினேஷன் பத்தி, ப்ராம்ப்டிங் பத்தி, ஒரு டோக்கன்ஸ், ஒரு ஏஐ டோக்கன் எப்படி ஒர்க் ஆகுது, சாட் ஜிபிடில நீங்க போட்டீங்கன்னா அது எப்படி ப்ராசஸ் ஆகுது, அதை பத்தின வீடியோஸ் இருக்கலாம். அது அரவிந்தோட வீடியோ அந்த டாப்ல இருக்கிறது. அப்புறம் டிபிக்கு, இப்போ சாட் ஜிபிடியோட கோர்சஸ், இது எல்லாமே இருக்கு. ஸோ இதுல உங்களுக்கு ஃபர்தர் எதுவும் தேவைன்னா கான்டாக்ட் மீ த்ரூ லிங்க்டின். அதில் நீங்க வாங்க, we can interact and then we can discuss further. Thank you again. Thank you very much. It's been a great pleasure talking to you ladies. Thank you. By the way, அந்த பழைய போட்டோ எங்க அப்பா மிஸ்டர் Thangaramanujam, who I take his name right now. So அவர் அம்மாவும் அவரும் அயர்லாந்து வந்தப்போ அவர் எடுத்த போட்டோ அது. So like my sister and I, we both miss him quite a lot. Miss both of them quite a lot. But thank you. We feel very honored to be here. எங்க அம்மா படிச்ச காலேஜ்ல நாங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் இங்க இருந்து உங்ககிட்ட பேசுறது ஒரு பெரிய ஆனரா நான் கருதுறேன். நன்றி. Thank you. Bye. And of course, thank you for the principal, for the secretary, for HOD Shakuntala ma'am and Dr. Selvamena as well. Thank you very much indeed. And thanks to all of you. Thank you. Bye.
Respected sir, on behalf of everyone present here, I extend our heartfelt thanks for your valuable and inspiring session. Your guidance and insights have been truly beneficial to all of us. We are grateful for your precious time and presence. Thank you, sir. May now I invite Ms. Jessie Renas of 3rd BCom CA to deliver the vote of thanks.
A sincere thank you is the simplest expression of deepest appreciation. It is my great privilege and honor to propose a vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. First and foremost, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Muthukumaran, Thangaramanujam, Senior Physiotherapist, Adjunct Assistant Professor, TCD, former National HSCP, Innovation Fellow, HSC Ireland, for accepting our invitation and delivering such an inspiring keynote and informative technical section. Thank you, sir, for your valuable speech and inspiring words and insightful thoughts. You truly motivated us. Finally, I extend my sincere thanks to everyone present here for your valuable time and continuous support. Thank you.
Let us all continue our international conference with session 2. Artificial intelligence makes marketing smarter, faster and easier. With that thought, we begin session 2 on this topic, Transforming Marketing with AI. I warmly invite Dr. Mrs. or Selvamina ma'am to deliver the welcome address.
Good afternoon, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all today for the technical session 2. It is my proud privilege to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to our distinguished chief guest, Dr. G. John, Head Department of Commerce, Head BCom Analytics, Associate Professor in Commerce, aided St. Joseph College, Trichy. We are truly honored by your presence, sir, and excited for the occasion that brings us together. Dr. John is specialized in marketing and human resource development. He has visited countries like Oman, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia for attending international conference. He is a resource person and a trainer in soft skill. He has published more than 130 articles, produced 12 PhD, and 6 are currently doing PhD under him. He has held the position of Dean, School of Management Studies, 2019 to 2022. He was a Youth Red Cross officer, and at national level, he is the editor of ICAF. His expertise and inspiring journey will truly reflect the theme of today's conference. Sir, your presence adds great value to this academic gathering, and we extend our warmest and most cordial welcome to you, sir. I also extend my warm greetings to our respected vice principals of both the Shift 1 and Shift 2, Dr. Sister J. Arul Mary, Dr. S. Vidya, Dr. Sister Bindu Anthony, and Mrs. Nikila Raghavan. Your valuable guidance and encouragement and heartfelt support have been instrumental in the successful organization of this conference. A hearty welcome to the faculty members, participants, and students from various colleges and institutions. Finally, I extend my affectionate welcome to my dear colleagues and beloved students of Department of Commerce with Computer Application. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm and gracious words. It's now time to honor our esteemed chief guest, Dr. D. John, sir, as a token of our gratitude and respect. May I request our respected Dr. P. Saguntala, ma'am, to present the memento to our chief guest. Thank you, ma'am, for honoring our respected chief guest. May I invite our respected chief guest to address the gathering.
Good afternoon. Now I'll begin with a promise. Definitely I'll be finishing my session at 1 o'clock. Is it not a good news to you, all of you? Or if you want me to finish it a little earlier, please let me know. You want me to finish it at 1 o'clock or you want me to finish a little earlier? I give you the option. The option is yours. 1 o'clock or 12:30 or 12:45, which one? So 1 o'clock. Okay. Suppose if I go beyond 1 o'clock, somebody can just put up a hand and you can just talk to me and you can remind me that it is 1 o'clock. Okay? It's a good news to all of you. Okay. Respected head of the Department of BCom CA, Computer Applications, Dr. Sakuntala. principal, secretary, vice principal, and other office bearers, controller of examinations, and so on, and the faculty members of the Department of Computer Applications, and my dear beloved student Lata Maheshwari, who happened to do PhD under me, and I always like to have a student like Dr. Lata Maheshwari. Unfortunately, I have almost all the students like Lata Maheshwari only. So I was a bit fortunate to have Lata Maheshwari as my student of PhD. Please. I think it is because of her connection that I am here, and I am also thankful to your HOD for calling me and giving me this opportunity. Right. And I would like to begin with narrating an incident with respect to the use of AI. So in the month of May, second week, I had been to Lakshadweep. And from Lakshadweep, I went to an island, uninhabited island, and I picked up 3 pebbles-like object, five pebbles-like object, because the other day I went for snorkeling, right? And I witnessed live coral reefs under the sea, right? In the seabed, I was able to see the live coral reefs, so which is an endangered species as far as India is concerned, of course, anywhere. And I picked up some 5 stones. It was like pure white. It's like snow-like white. I picked up and I brought to my room, and that I was curious what it is about. But I didn't know that it is a dead coral, right? I scanned it using Gemini, and then Gemini gave me the information that it is dead coral reefs, right? And I guessed, and my guess was right. And then I posted that picture that it is a dead coral reef that I saw live in the sea bed, right? And then I posted it in one particular group. And then again, I had some curiosity. I wanted to know more about coral reefs. And then again, I went back to ChatGPT. Again, I posted the same picture and it gave me the information. And because of that information, I escaped from law. Because possessing and having a coral reef, a dead coral reef, is a punishable offense under the Indian Constitution. And the 3 years of punishment. If anyone possesses such an object, and it gave me the advice, better you throw it from where you picked up. I picked up from the seashore. So just it gave me an advice that you are not supposed to possess those coral reefs. It is a punishable offense, transporting it, and then I decided to do something about it. So I came to know that it is very dangerous, as per the law, not to possess the coral reefs, dead coral reefs. Right. So that is one occasion where I was using the ChatGPT and the other Gemini, how it can be very handy. So likewise, I think to tell you about AI, me coming and talking to you, I don't think I am the right person. The reason is, you should be using AI more proficiently, more efficiently, and more often than what we people like aged people use. Is it not true? You are using on a day in and day out AI for different purposes, right? But we are today going to discuss how AI is transforming the entire world of management, entire world of business, and especially with respect to the marketing. So this is what I am assigned to, the topic that I am given as an assignment today. And for the next maybe 40 minutes, I want to discuss along with you how AI is being transforming the whole world of management, the whole world of business, and the whole world of marketing. Right, and first, what is AI? I think needless to say, what is AI? Just what I am doing at present, what humans are doing at present, are delegating that work to do to the machines, and machines will do that particular work. So that is the basic work of NAI. But mind you please, AI and machines cannot replace human beings. It can never replace human beings. And like you, till 2 years before, I was not that much sure of AI. I was a bit skeptical. I was a bit doubtful whether we should embrace AI, whether we should go for AI, whether we should embed AI in our day-to-day activities, in our business, in our learning, in our curriculum, in our syllabus, and so on. I was very skeptical and I was not for it. But I happened to attend one conference in BIM, Bharatidasan Institute of Management, 2 years back, and one resource person who happened to be my student, a college student, and he was telling us one bit of information that really shocked me. And he was a HR professional. He told the audience that was 2 years before. On an average, a HR person uses at least 55 AI apps. At least 55 AI apps for doing his work, which concerns with human resource management, HR. And only then I was very much confirmed. I was very much sure. I became very much sure that AI is not a thing that you can try to escape. You cannot escape AI. And if you are not embracing AI, definitely you will be left behind. And that is the reason I'm happy that the Department of Computer Application has taken up this particular subject as the topic of the conference. Right? And so I told you that it is a business game changer. So at least I am able to identify 3 key significance of AI in terms of business. The first one is it is going to be a business game changer in the sense that what I am doing automatically, the routine work that I am doing, I don't have to do that work anymore because of the presence of AI. Now, for example, I give assignment to students. I value assignments of the students. It is a very routine work. You submit your assignment and then I value the assignment. So this work, and I will be spending my precious time for doing this work. But hereinafter, the work that is done by me, which is a routine in nature, will be done by the machines itself. And the machines, for example, suppose you are submitting an assignment, right? And she happened to be my pet student. And out of 10, I might give her 9 marks. And the next sitting, what's your name? Catherine. So Catherine is a very, she is not that much a good student because she is very naughty in the classroom, for example, right? She always speaks in the class and she always questions me because we don't like students questioning the teachers, right? But she comes out with lots of questions to the teachers. So I am not in favor of giving her good marks, but she could have written the assignment better than what she has written. But still, what I would be doing, I'll be giving her only 7 marks. No chance of complaining. But if she complains, then I'll reduce the mark during the next test. Right? I become very subjective. For the same content or for the better content, I have given her 7 marks. Whereas for you, I have given you 9 marks because of the favoritism. So this can happen whenever the human elements are involved. But now, what I am trying to do now is I am going to automate the process of submitting the assignment and evaluating the assignment. And you submit your assignment online and I assign AI and the AI will evaluate the assignment and definitely the marks given by AI will not be fluctuating. And she would be getting 9 and if she has done better, she would be getting 10. Whereas if I were to value the assignment, I may give her 6 or I may give her 7. So that human element, the objectivity will be maintained when you are going for AI. So this is what the first benefit or significance is. The next one is, see, for example, Amazon chatbots. Typically, the Amazon chatbots are answering millions and billions of questions. And you can ask any question. For example, who is, of course, you are not going to ask such a question, who is the Prime Minister of Italy, for example. And then the Amazon chatbot will immediately answer, and that will pick up the answer from the net. And the next moment, the chatbot of Amazon will. Now, for example, I happened to order one book in Amazon some 5 years back. That book was not available. Then Amazon suggested me, the book is available in Amazon USA portal. Would you like to buy that book from America? And then it gave me the cost. Whereas if that book is available in India, I would be purchasing that book for about 500 rupees or so. But if I were to purchase the same book which is available in American portal, Amazon.com, I have to shell out some 1,500 rupees, including the flight charges. Then it gave me a list. It gave me a suggestion. The chatbot gave me a suggestion that the book is available here in America, and it will take another 7 days, and it will be airlifted, and you will get the book on this particular day. And are you ready to pay 1,500 rupees? Then immediately I said, because I needed that book badly, then immediately I paid 1,500 rupees in Indian rupees, not in dollar or euros, right? And the next within seventh day, I was able to get that book. So this is just one experience. So likewise, the users of Amazon.com will have queries after queries, lakhs and lakhs of queries, millions and millions of queries. And you just assume that if you are going to employ people, if you are going to outsource, if you are going to give this work to the people, and how many questions a person can answer in one day? Maybe 100 questions, maybe 200 questions, definitely not more than that. But millions and millions of questions are answered by chatbots and without becoming tired. And by the time you answer 10th question, you become tired. And you will not be efficient as you were some 1 hour back, as you started your day. It will not be the same. But since you are dealing with the machine, such kind of humanness will not be there. That means that the human element of tiredness will not be there. So it results in two things. One is the cost reduction and the customer experience. So customer will always have a very positive experience when dealing with the chatbots. So that is the first significance. The second one is AI uses the data-driven approach. Everything is data. Everything culls down to zeros and ones. And all the decisions that the machine makes, all the important queries it answers, everything will be based on the data. For example, yesterday we were talking with our professors that the trains going from Tirunelveli to Chennai Egmore, they are trying to, the railways department is trying to stop those trains at Thangaramanujam itself. Do you know the reason why? Can you guess the reason why? All the trains going towards Chennai from Kanyakumari, Tiruchi, Madurai, and so on, and they are planning to stop those trains at Thangaramanujam itself, and it will not go to Egmore. Can you guess why it is so? Somebody can answer. The reason is, through the data, if 100 people are traveling from different places to Egmore, and they have a data, how many are alighting, how many are getting down before Thangaramanujam, and how many are reaching Egmore. Suppose if only 10% of the people traveling by train to Egmore are reaching Egmore, and the remaining 90% of the people are not going up to Egmore, then why should the trains be operated just with the 10% of the people in the train? So they have the data, and on the basis of the data, they are going to stop all the trains at Thangaramanujam itself, and only 10% of the people anyway are going to travel from Thangaramanujam to Egmore. So likewise, the AI takes decision purely on the basis of the data it has, and also it can detect the hidden patterns in the data. Right? For example, so I'll tell you another example. Say I usually buy books whenever my students get married, whenever my students invite me for any function, any sort of function, and I have the habit of giving books as the presents. And if it is a marriage, there is one book that I am fond of. I always suggest that book to my students, and that is Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. And I urge all the students to read that book. That will change your life. And for you also, if you are going to get married, please read that book before you get married, and that will make a difference in your life. So this is a habit. But when I started purchasing this book in Amazon some 10-15 years back, it will take 3 days, sometimes 4 days, getting the order from the publisher and transporting the book from the publisher to my house. It would take nearly 3-4 days. But now what happens is the Amazon knows that there is one person in Trichy called John, and this John has the habit of purchasing these books. Then why should John wait for 3 days or 4 days to purchase the book? Anyway, he's purchasing the book at least some 10-15 times every year. So what the Amazon doc does is, it brings the book to Trichy and stores the book. The moment I place an order, the next morning, I may place it around 10 o'clock today, but the next morning, 8 o'clock, the book is delivered today. Because the machine, the AI has learned that John will be ordering this book often, and likewise, many will be ordering this book often from Trichy. So that book is stored in Trichy so that the delivery takes place within 12 hours or 24 hours. So this is what we call it as data-driven decision making. And the next one is, it brings in a lot of competitive advantage. Any company, any organization that uses AI effectively will have a competitive advantage. And when they don't use AI, they lose the competitive advantage. Because today, the business is a cutthroat competition today. You have to be surviving every day. Even if one day is lost, then you lose millions and millions of sales for a simple mistake. So when there is a cutthroat competition, there is no other option than to employ AI to improve your sales performance or your business performance. So this is the example. For example, yesterday evening, I tried placing this order. Yesterday. And free delivery tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Today, the delivery is at today. So within 12 hours, yesterday night around 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, I tried to place an order, right? And it showed me that this book will be delivered to me this day on 5th. So this is, we call it as the competitive advantage and the data-driven approach. Right? Simply put, AI is not an option, it is a compulsion. When I say it is a compulsion for business, is it not a compulsion for a person who is going to seek jobs like you and you? Definitely. Definitely. See, there are 2 people going and applying for a job. And one person has a certification in AI. And one person has a very good mark in 10th and +2 and everything in UG also. That person has very good marks, better marks than A. But A has less mark, but A has less marks, but that person A is very proficient in using various AI apps. You can be damn sure that the person who has a certification in AI will be chosen. A person with a higher qualification without AI will not be chosen. Definitely, you can be sure. So that has become an inevitable thing today. Learning, using AI is inevitable thing. If you want to get a job, and if you are already in job, and if you want to survive in the job market, definitely. And I had a conversation with some of the HR people, and many HR people told me that we are sending a lot of people out of business, out of jobs, because they are not able to embrace AI. So if a person is not able to embrace AI, definitely that person will have to quit the job and he has to go out. And that is the reality today. And that is the crux of the message that you should take for your life. So AI means a compulsion today. Without AI, no company can survive, no employer can survive, no employee can survive, no person will get a job without AI skills. Now, maybe next 20 minutes, I would like to spend on how AI is transforming the way the businesses work. So the first one, the generative AI. So the generative AI, the special thing about generative AI is this. For example, I wanted to test this. Last year, I think. See, for commerce department, we don't have any anthem. For college, you will have an anthem, isn't it? You have an anthem for the college? Do you have a college song, something where you sing that song on important occasions and so on? So we don't have any, we have a song for the college, but we don't have a song for the department. Then I prompted, right? So this is the Department of Commerce, which was started in the year 1948. And then I gave the salient features of commerce department, right? And then at the end of it, I put one line, right? Generate a national anthem with the Indian classical music background. Generate an anthem which will run only for 1 minute with Indian classical music background. And in 2-3 minutes, it gave me the beautiful lines like Vairamuthu writing a poem, right? It gave me beautiful lines and it also gave me a song, and that was a beautiful song. And it should be comparable with, on par with Ilayaraja. If Ilayaraja were to compose a music, definitely he has to fight and he has to compete with the AI. And this we call it as generative AI. So today, when companies start using generative AI, the problem is we will lose jobs. Of course, I'm going to discuss that one towards the end of it. For example, now, marketing, you would have studied about marketing, advertisement copy. What are the various structure of advertisement copy? What should be on the top? What should be at the bottom? And what are the positions, different labels and so on, everything. But a copywriter, a person who prepares advertisement copy will have no job today. Just by simple prompt, AI will be creating advertisement copy, which will be far superior than what humans do. Definitely. And I'll show you how they have done and what they have done after some 3-4 slides. So that's the first one. And the second one is the predictive analysis. Now, I told you an example, how John is going to buy one book regularly, right? So that is predictive analysis. And it will give you the data. During the last year, John has bought some 20 books of that nature and 20 books of another nature. So, based on the past data, it will predict. So, during 2026 and 27, what are the likely books John would be buying? And all those books will be stored in Trichy itself. Trichy, central area itself. Right? So, this is what we call it as a predictive analysis. For example, see how the Walmart uses. So, the Walmart, from the store, it knows how many goods are there in shelf in different parts of the branches. And if any branch is lacking a particular commodity or particular item, then immediately it will caution the store's manager. And see, this is the product which is bought regularly by the people, but only 5 units are there. Only 5 soaps are there in the shelf. So make an attempt. Purchase it before a person who comes to buy that commodity. And it will also indicate where that particular commodity is available at present. For example, maybe in 10 kilometers away from here, and there is another store, right? Walmart store is there. And from there, the average daily consumption is only 10 units, but they have a stockpile of 30 units. So you can lift 20 units from there and you can store it. So before anything happens, the AI is able to predict, and that predictive analysis will go a long way in enhancing the customer satisfaction. In the same way, JP Morgan. So, say it's a company with deals with fintech. So in fintech, before finalizing a financial deal, for example, takeover, financial takeover, one company is trying to take over another company, and you will have to go through, will have to read pages, thousands and thousands of pages to assess the worthiness of that particular company, to assess the real situation, how much company is worth, and so on. But when you give this task to AI, it will finish in no time. So this is another way the business is performing. And also another thing, we are teaching the computers through AI to see. Virtually they see. Now, for example, I'll tell you another example that happened yesterday. So yesterday at 12 o'clock, there was an announcement by principal. No more class today. All of you leave the campus immediately. That was the announcement. Why the hell he is making such an announcement? We were not aware of what is happening. And immediately I checked the internet, and then I checked whether the routes are okay. See, at that time I wanted to go to, from Chatram to Junction, I wanted to go at 1 o'clock, taking one guest for a lunch. And immediately I checked whether the roads are clear, whether there is a commotion in any place. Then immediately I scanned the different routes of Trichy town, and all the buses, all the two-wheelers, all the cars were playing without any disturbance. And when there is no disturbance at all in Trichy, then why should you cancel the class? Probably the management has not checked the AI. And we were sure, and we had a discussion before getting out of the campus. We discussed, see, the routes are clear, all the routes, some 3-4 routes are there, and all the routes are clear, no problem at all, no commotion at all. We can safely go and have lunch in Junction. And AI was being used for this particular purpose. How does it do? AI, through camera, assesses the road sense of the people. How many people are there? And it's being used widely. Suppose a hall can accommodate, for example, very often we hear about the temple stampedes, where the temple can accommodate to 100 people. When 300 people, 400 people try to enter at the same time into the temple, and there is a commotion and there is a stampede immediately. And when you fix the camera will be assessing at any point of time how many people are there. If it reaches 100 people number, then immediately it will sound the police personnel and officials that you have to stop the crowd from coming inside. And alarm bell will go. And once the alarm bell goes, then all the doors will be shut, no more entry into the temple. Because the computer is able to see and assess the situation. And we cannot do that one. So this is again another application of computer. And see, there are some Tesla autopilot. See, one of my friends went to America, a professor, a HOD, a former HOD. And after he came from America, he shared one experience. See, I saw one car running, playing on the road, and there was nobody on the seat. There was no driver. And how? And he operated the car in autopilot mode, and the person who has to travel 100 kilometers, he took the back seat and he was happily sleeping. It is possible. So if you were to travel from Kanyakumari to Chennai, just you can operate the car, put it on autopilot mode, and go to the back seat and start sleeping. And as soon as it reaches Tambaram, as soon as it reaches Chengalpattu, it will give you a wake-up call, and then you can just come and continue with the journey. So this is the computer vision. And again, I have another experience. See, my wife is a government servant, and every day in the morning, she gives a lot of instructions. She's a district level official. So she gives a lot of instructions to all the people working in the district. And one day, previously, whenever she wanted to send information in Tamil and English, she will always check with me, especially in English. If she were to give instructions in English, because for certain officials, she will be giving instruction in English. But for certain officials, she will be giving instructions only in Tamil, right? And for English part, I used to check. But I found that she is not asking for any help recently. Just I was wondering how she is able to do that one. And one day when she was doing, I was able to find out. What she does was, she was just reading the instructions and then putting those instructions both in Tamil as well as in English and checks the grammar and she sends to various groups. And she has told me that earlier, whenever I pronounced a word, it was not able to identify certain because our accent, our intonation, our way of pronouncing may not be understood by the computer. But now, without any mistake, the computer is able to sense each and every word, whether it is a Tamil or English, and immediately produces. So one page report, she finishes in 1 minute, both Tamil as well as English. How does it do? The computer knows the language of my wife, how she pronounces. Because the word we pronounce, we don't pronounce the same word in the same way. We all of us, right? One may say in one way, another person may say in one way. So, but computer is able to distinguish different words pronounced by different people and able to produce text exactly as desired by the user. And you see this Bank of America, Erica, how it is using. So this is one software the Bank of America relies on. You can click that one.
Meet Erica, your virtual financial assistant in the Bank of America mobile app, here to help you bank. Erica can help you pay your bills anytime, from almost anywhere. If your debit card goes missing, Erica's got you covered.
I can't find my card. Oh, it's all good. I got it this time.
And with Erica, you can quickly send money to your friends.
I'll pay you back.
No matter where they bank.
It's been a while since we've had lunch together. It hasn't been that long.
Need to find a past transaction? Erica makes it easy.
Erica, when was my last expense at the Lime Truck?
Here's what I found. Your last transaction at the Lime Truck was December 15th.
Way too long. No. Are you serious?
Erica, please unlock my debit card. No problem. Your card is now unlocked and ready to use.
Meet Erica, your virtual financial assistant. Just talk, type, or tap, and Erica will help you with the rest. Open the Bank of America mobile app and see what else Erica can do for you.
Yes. See how NLP is used for carrying out the voice commands. And the computer is able to understand her language. But if you are going to speak, it will be different. But after some time, after some attempt, the computer will be able to recognize what you speak, right? You see another applications of fintech. How voice is used for carrying out various commands.
Greeting from Incura Bank. My name is Lissa, and I am your AI-powered virtual assistant. This is your first time using this app. May I have your name to call you, please?
This is Jennifer speaking.
Nice to meet you, Jennifer. How can I help you?
I've heard about your AI-based banking services, and I am interested in personally trying it.
Of course, I need to verify your identity first. Could you please tap your ID card on your mobile phone?
Okay, I will.
Thank you. I have accessed your information from your ID card and successfully verified it with the government's database. For the next step, I need to verify your biometrics. Could you please show your face to your phone's front camera for a second? Thank you. I analyzed your facial biometrics and have successfully verified your identity. Can you read the text on the phone that indicates your willingness to open an account at Incura Bank? I will also generate your voice signature.
I am Jennifer Rich. I want to open an account. Today is the first day of May 2024 and the time is 10:55.
Thank you. Now your device, voice, and face will be your access to Incura Bank whenever you want. I have opened your account. How was your experience so far?
I'm truly amazed. It was super fast and enjoyable. Can you access my other bank account? I want to transfer 100 USD to Tom.
Sure, with your permission. I'm accessing your other bank account via open banking. I see that you recently sent money to Tom Lucy. Did you mean Tom Lucy?
Yes.
Do you have any notes for this money transfer?
I just want to thank him for the meal.
From your bank account to Tom Lucy, you are transferring $100 with the note thanks for the meal. Do you confirm, Jennifer?
Confirm.
I completed the transfer. By the way, when I accessed your accounts, I noticed that you save $5,000 every month. Currently, Incura stock is the best investment opportunity. Would you like to invest in Incura, Jennifer?
Okay, why not?
You have a $20,000 balance, but your annual tax is due next week. I suggest investing $15,000 in Incura stock. Do you confirm, Jennifer? Please look at your front camera if you confirm. Done. I will summarize your transactions in an email and I will monitor your Incura stock for you. I will send notifications to your phone about its status. When you click notification, you can access me with your voice. If you are not available to talk, you can always chat with me.
Thank you, Lisa. See ya.
So this is not something a kind of utopia. It's what is happening is real. It's already happening. It was just 2024, and if you are going to check it now, I think it would be much more than what we have just seen. Now, for instance, in 2020 or 21, I got a loan of 45 lakhs from HDFC for purchasing a property in Ooty. I did not visit the bank at all. I never visited the bank. Even without visiting a branch, I got a loan approved of 45 lakh rupees. And only once I visited the bank for submitting the original documents, which I cannot do it. Only for submitting the original documents, I visited the bank. And that is the only occasion where there was a person-to-person contact between the banker and the customer. And that is real today. So this is how we are using, right. So that's the natural language processing and the AI-powered robotics, right? And of course, for example, Amazon and Siemens, some examples I'm giving you. How they are using robots to move goods from one place to another place and to stock it and so on. And see, the Siemens is a very big a company which produces different lines of products. And every time they produce a different line, they have to switch over, they have to shut down the earlier program and they have to do it manually. But it is done automatically now. Switching over from one line of production to another line of production is automated and it's done very efficiently. The next one is AI-powered decision support. Now, for example, I heard one story about Vasant & Co. So the Vasant & Co, Vasantakumar, right? Vasant Kumar, before going to sleep, he will take a printout of stock position of the entire India. He is the largest distributor, right? Branches. He has a more number of branches than anybody else, any retailer. So what he does at the end of the day is he will take a list of stocks available across India, the different types of goods and so on. But today, you can do it online, virtually, right? Open the dashboard powered by Power BI with Copilot and at any moment of time, you will come to know what are the goods available in different branches of India. Suppose there are only 5 refrigerators in Madurai, whereas there are 20 refrigerators in Trichy. And before the stock goes out, immediately the AI will alert you that move the stock of goods that are available, excess stock of goods available in Trichy to Madurai, because in Madurai it has reached the minimum level. And below the minimum level, you should not allow the stock to run. So this is how the AI is being used. Then AI and cyber security. This is the biggest threat today. People lose crores and crores of rupees because of cyber threats. But manually, it is not possible. Manually, it is very difficult to track all the financial dealings. It's not possible. But AI will track all the financial dealings and it will flag which one is good and which one is not right. And whenever there is a mistake, and immediately that will be brought to the notice of the authorities, and you can just avoid cyberbullying and financial crimes. And these are all some of the tools: Dog Tree, CrowdStrike, and so on. And it is continuously learning. Then personalized AI. And I think all of you should be familiar with how personalized. If you are using Spotify, for example, say you like certain kinds of songs. For example, I like songs of Ilayaraja. Sometimes I like songs of some other music directors. And every time I open Spotify, it will give me the list of songs of 1980s and 1900s. Because, and also not all the songs, the melody songs, for example, it will give me, because the computer knows, the AI knows what sort of songs that I like, and it fetches the list and it keeps ready to be served for me. So in the same way, whenever you are using AI, for example, the advertisement, for example, if you are using Meesho, if you are using Meesho or any web portal for purchasing things, then the computer understands what type of goods that you usually purchase. For example, cosmetics. And what line of cosmetics that you purchase, the computer knows, and only those advertisements will be displayed to you, not other products. Right? So this is the personalized AI. And as I told you earlier, autonomous agents. So I have planned a tour to Singapore in the month of October. See, planning a tour for 10 days to a different country is very difficult. What I do is, I give my objectives, I give my financial budget, I give the details, when I want to get in, when I want to go out, and where I want to stay, and so on. And AI prepares the itinerary and gives me the list. So, and it also gives me the option. And suppose if you are going to Cambodia, what are the places that you should visit? And what you should begin with this one. Then in the afternoon you take some rest, and after in the evening you go to this place. Everything, I don't have to worry about all those things. So it gives me a complete itinerary of places that I want to visit and food that I can take. For example, in one occasion, I was not trying to get Indian food, South Indian meal, but I was not able to get it. And immediately I checked, and immediately it gave me the answer. This South Indian restaurant is available some 80 kilometers away from this place in Malaysia, not Malaysia, I think in Thailand, and go to that place, and at this time, biryani will be available or meals will be available, and so on. So this is the autonomous agents. So the work that you want to do will be done by the AI agents. And not only for that one, AI can also be used for sustainable development practices. For example, you take how Google uses AI. So Google uses AI for calculating how much of energy can be saved, heat can be reduced, and so on. So using that one, they were able to cut down the cost of heating by 40%. So in that way, AI is also used for sustainable development practices, right? So these are all just glimpses of how the businesses use AI in their day-to-day affairs. See, for example, I'm going to give you some example. So this is a personalized and online advertisement. You see this one? Can you guess how much time it would have taken for the company to produce this ad copy? Can you guess, anybody? To prepare this ad copy, see, they will have a marketing team. How much time usually they would take? Maybe 1 week? Maybe 1 week without using AI. Maybe 1 week they will take, right? And they have to spend huge sums of money for preparing this ad. But it was done in no time during the World Cup. It was just you give the proper prompt, and in no time the advertisement copy is prepared without compromising on the core values of Coke. See, for example, this advertisement, it was done by not the company, by the consumers, viewers. So viewers themselves prompt and they produce the advertisement by using various AI tools, not by anybody else. And the same way. And you know, as soon as a team scores in World Cup, and within 2-3 seconds, you'll have to put up this advertisement. And if you delay it, there's no meaning. So it's a goal. And how you cannot display this advertisement after 1 minute. And if you are going to show this advertisement after 1 minute, then it becomes redundant. It is waste. So the time left is very, very minimum, very milliseconds. And within that millisecond, you have to create that ad, and that ad has to be posted. And that was done online by the company. Right? So in the same way, look, these two pictures, look at this. You will not see this advertisement in India, because this advertisement is meant for people who are in Netherlands. In Netherlands, you see people biking. In Netherlands, people don't call this as cycle. In Netherlands, people call it as bike. And most of the people, nearly 70 to 80% of the people use not cars, only bikes. So there will be a separate line for using bikes, cycles. So this is an advertisement meant for real-time advertisement, right? As the match is going on, as there is a goal, and immediately there is, within split seconds, you have this advertisement that is done online, both by the company as well as by the consumers, because this one, they are able to relate. Because as soon as the Netherlands people see people going by bike, they will identify themselves with the advertisement. So the same way, as soon as a goal is scored, the Pepsi also responded. Immediately, the next minute you will see the advertisements. Within few seconds, you will see this kind of advertisement done online. And do you notice any anomaly in this picture? Do you notice any anomaly in this picture? What is that? Anomaly means it's a kind of mistake. There is one mistake in this picture, in this slide. What is that? You are not able to see that one? So instead of, see, this is about a DHL, but it has put as a BHL. And this is the problem with using AI. Whenever you are using AI, you have to be a little more careful about the content you have to recheck. See, I prepared these slides using Gamma. But after Gamma prepared, see, there is a lot of work that had gone into before I fed the file into the computer, file into the Gamma. It took hours collecting the material. That's one part. And then I fed the material into Gamma. Then Gamma produced different versions of the PPT. And then I spent hours and hours checking each and every content. I found a lot of mistakes. I found a lot of mistakes in the text, in the graphs and so on, and then you will have to rectify, and only then I did not correct this mistake to show to you for the purpose, right? And if you are going to rely too much on AI, there is always a problem. Because, so that's why in every AI tool you will see one particular line, AI can make mistakes. So at the back of your mind, you must always remember that AI tend to make lots of mistakes, and you have to humanize. Whatever the content is developed by AI, you have to touch, give a human touch. And if you don't give a human touch, then everything will become waste and redundant, and you will be cutting a very sorry figure in front of the audience. So now, how the marketing applications of AI widely used. Just quickly, I'll go through the topics and different AI tools. It is only for your enlightenment, right? See, for content generation and creative production, you can use things like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and for visual and video asset creation, and for ad asset scaling, you can use different tools available, and thousands of tools are available today. Now you will have to pick and choose. And for the second purpose, hyper personalization and dynamic recommendations. For this also you can use AI, right? Especially the dynamic content delivery and predictive churn retention. For example, you will be able to identify when a person is going to leave your website. A person is regularly purchasing goods from your website, but computer will be able to detect when he is going to relinquish, when he is going to quit, and so on. And if he is going to quit, immediately some actions have to be taken. This is what I told you earlier, how the predictive analysis can be used for enhancing the customer satisfaction. And also this is a smart programming advertisement, right? See, this is again the conversational type. See, earlier we used chatbots, but it will answer only limited questions. The questions for which there is an answer. But today it is not like that. Any question, the chatbot will take the answer from the internet and I will be able to answer any type of question. So that is the transformation that has taken place when compared to the earlier chatbots and today's chatbots. So these are all some of the essential tools that you can always try to learn and get certified. And if you learn and get certified in these tools, you can be damn sure that your prospects of getting a good job, a decent salary with a decent job will be greater. So Grammarly, Jasper AI, Claude, ChatGPT, and so on. And for visual design and this one, just you can see these AI tools. Definitely it will become a must. It will become a compulsory tool. Probably we are also thinking of making it compulsory for all the students of commerce, that they have to compulsorily learn all these AI tools. Search engine optimization. Then about CRM. Right. So now, before I conclude, so these are all the challenges that we face. Whenever we tend to use AI, these are all the challenges that we face. The first challenge is bias. Computers can make mistakes. Definitely computer can make mistakes. Suppose you are allowing the computer to scan the CVs of different people. Sometimes the mistake happens. When it scans the Asians, when it scans the resumes of Africans, when it goes through the CV of Europeans, sometimes mistakes happens. Asians are not treated objectively sometimes, but it is not the fault of intended fault, it is unintended fault. There could be bias in using AI. Likewise, job placement. Lot of people will lose jobs because you are going to automate using AI. But On the other hand, it will also generate a lot of jobs. And of course, the thing that you should be worried about is the privacy. Any data that is available in the computer can be taken by anybody. Any person can just steal the data and they can use it for their personal gains. So that privacy is another threat. So what we should do? What we should do is, we need to address the bias. We should be familiar with the bias, and we'll have to reskill the workers, and we need to protect the privacy of individuals. So that we have to be very, very careful. Right. So towards the end, so how it concerns me. It's a very simple: learn, build, and stand out. And if you want to survive in the job market, if you want to get a decent job in the job market, you have to learn, you have to build your CV, you have to get certified in different AI skills. And then definitely you will be able to stand out among the crowd. And when you stand out from among the crowd, definitely there are chances that you get a good job. Right. So with that, we come to the end. If you are very hungry, we can just close it without any questions. Or if you feel like asking some questions, you are most welcome. No, the way you clap signals me that you are not ready for any asking questions. So finish it and go. Our stomach is crying for lunch, and we want to go as early as possible. So that is the message you give, and others also. I understand. See, I was like you some 40 years back, so I can understand the mood of the students. So if there are no questions, then we can go for the formal vote of thanks. Maybe I can do the work of MC, and I can invite the person to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. I now invite Dr. Mrs. Anita ma'am to deliver the vote of thanks.
A very pleasant afternoon to everyone. On behalf of the Department of Commerce with Computer Applications, I have the privilege of proposing the vote of thanks for this enlightening technical session 2 on transforming markets with AI. First and foremost, I express our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Dr. G. John, sir, Head, Department of Commerce and Business Analytics, Associate Professor, Center Head, JITE, St. Joseph College, Trichy, for delivering such an insightful and inspiring address. Your valuable thoughts on the transformative role of artificial intelligence in modern markets have greatly enriched our knowledge. Thank you, sir, for inspiring your values, time, sharing your expertise with us. I extend my sincere gratitude to our respected Secretary, Reverend Dr. Sister Ignatius Mary, for her constant encouragement, visionary leadership, and unwavering support in organizing this conference. My heartfelt thanks to our beloved Principal, Reverend Dr. Sister M. Fatima Mary, for her continuous guidance, motivation, and support that made this program a grand success. I also express my sincere thanks to our respected vice principals for their encouragement, valuable presence, and continuous support throughout this event. A special note of appreciation goes to all the faculty members, research scholars, and students from various institutions who participated in this conference. Your enthusiastic participation and active interactions added immense value to this session. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to our head of the department, all my colleagues, our student volunteers, the non-teaching staff, and our photographer for their dedicated efforts, coordination, and behind the scenes support that ensure the smooth conduct of this program. Finally, I thank each and everyone present here for your valuable time, enthusiastic participation, and contribution to the success of this technical session. Thank you all. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, ma'am, for your heartfelt and gracious vote of thanks. Dear participants, we will now have a lunch break from 1 to 1:30 p.m. venue at Annexure. I repeat, we will have a lunch break from 1 to 1:30 p.m. venue at Annexure. Kind attention to outside participants. Ladydor College and Mangekarasi College are asked to assemble MBH after the